Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ruby Tarot. Thank you so much for always following and supporting this channel. The moment you come across this video is exactly the right time for you to receive the message it carries. On this channel, I consistently bring you messages about what is about to unfold in your life. When you open yourself up to and trust in the positive, you are also connecting with a parallel world, one in which your wishes have already come true. Today, through this tarot reading, I hope to help you uncover future possibilities and support you on your journey to finding love and turning your desires into reality. The theme of today's reading is things that are about to be revealed, the truth you need to know. I've drawn 3 cards corresponding to Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. Please take a moment to listen to your intuition and choose the card you feel most drawn to, then click on the timestamp in the description to go to your reading. Now, let's begin the reading for those of you who have already made your choice. Hello, Pile 1. Thank you for waiting. Now, I will begin the reading for those of you who chose Pile 1. I hope that this reading brings you healing, fresh insights, and moments filled with love and warmth. With the theme things that are about to be revealed, the truth you need to know, let us begin. I sense that what is about to be revealed may be deeply connected to your true self, your core essence. The message here is pointing to the idea that you are about to discover a path that allows you to live in alignment with who you really are, a path that helps you fully unlock and express the innate gifts within you. You are someone with tremendous inner potential, and that truth is coming through clearly. The card that appears is the 3 of Wands, a card of decision-making, forward movement, expansion, and embracing new challenges. This card signals that you are reaching the final stage before truly stepping forward, toward your calling or toward the life path you've been longing for. Perhaps what is about to be revealed is the truth within you, the voice of your heart, the path you were born to walk. Something is awaiting you ahead, something that will continue to expand, grow stronger, and lead you even further on your journey. This is the first time this card has appeared to me in a reading. How fascinating. Now, I will draw a few more cards to uncover some key themes, as well as take a look at your current situation. The cards drawn are the 4 of Wands and the 2 of Wands. Both belong to the Wands suit, and what's striking is how these 2 cards seem to face each other, almost exchanging places, as if reflecting the present version of you and the one from your past. This reveals that you've likely held back your emotions for a long time, accepted personal losses, and tried to give and sacrifice in order to love and protect others. You may be the kind of person who quietly endures, doing everything you can to maintain harmony around you. And through those sacrifices, the people close to you have found peace and stability. The relationships you've been a part of, whether in love, family, or work, have managed to stay intact, largely because you took on the role of the bridge, the one who held everything together, bearing burdens no one else even realized. You've tried so hard, perhaps all on your own. But now, it's not that you're giving up on everything you've carried. Rather, you're reaching a point where you want to make a real decision, one that's truly for yourself. You want to pause and ask, what does happiness really mean to me? What is it that I truly need? The Queen of Cups has also appeared, the Queen of Emotions, love, compassion, and deep empathy. She mirrors your energy closely, someone who constantly gives love, who is gentle and generous at heart. But precisely because you've given so much of yourself, now comes the moment when you start asking, have I truly loved myself enough? I sense that you're about to step into a new chapter, one where you begin to love yourself more, live more authentically, and choose what truly brings joy to your heart. At this very moment, you may still be holding everything together, still playing your role with strength. But it seems you've begun to feel a sense of unfairness, as if you're the only one bearing the weight. You might be exhausted from being the one everyone depends on, the one others always look to, while inside, you're running out of strength. Tension may be quietly rising between you and someone close, perhaps because you feel, I've given so much, why does no one acknowledge that? Why does no one try to understand me? And it's this silent struggle that's wearing your heart down, leaving you emotionally drained. It's also possible that you've begun to feel a sense of boredom with everything around you, a lack, an emptiness, as if things no longer feel as fulfilling as they once did. Your current situation may feel like a loop, repeating itself over and over, with nothing truly new or satisfying to hold on to. Perhaps it's time for you to graduate from your comfort zone. A place that once offered you security and peace has now become insufficient, no longer providing the sense of wholeness it used to. While stability is something we all value, there comes a moment when you must move forward into a new phase that demands courage, a step away from the familiar to embrace real challenge. You may be sensing that things around you are beginning to shift. Some people might be drifting away from your life. Or maybe it's you who is starting to feel the urge to end relationships or situations that no longer serve you, so you can make room for something more aligned, more truly meant for you. The more you live in alignment with your authentic self, the more you realize that you no longer resonate with those around you the way you used to. What was once tolerable no longer feels acceptable. And yet, because you possess such powerful inner strength and a vast, generous heart, you're still holding everything together, doing your best to maintain balance. However, the message in this reading is clear. The next phase of your journey is a time of release, a time to set yourself free from all of this. And perhaps you are already at your breaking point. You may still be trying to endure, to keep going as before, but things are reaching a limit where continuing in the same way is no longer possible. You have always treated others with gentleness and a compassionate heart. But now you may be feeling truly exhausted, and that very exhaustion is what's guiding you into a new phase, a phase where you begin to make decisions with clarity and wisdom, decisions that are finally for yourself. It may still feel difficult to speak your truth to someone. Perhaps you've thought of yourself as weak, lacking the courage to express how you really feel, but in reality, your silence doesn't come from weakness or fear. It comes from kindness, from a heart full of empathy and deep understanding. It's not that you're afraid of being rejected, it's that you don't want to cause pain to anyone else. And because you're someone who feels deeply, you've carried silent pain that others may never even know. The message now is this: you are on a path of liberation from that suffering. A powerful and positive turning point is awaiting you. I sense that your world is about to shift beautifully. If in the past you were always the one who gave, who extended your arms to lift others up, now comes the time for you to receive, for you to be supported and helped. Not because you're weak, but because you are stepping into a new chapter, one where you need resonance, connection, and mutual energy in order to grow even further. This is a time when you are being called to begin learning how to receive support from others. Not because you lack capability, but because you are stepping into a much greater, more expansive journey, one where your light will shine even brighter if you know how to walk alongside others, how to harness the power of connection. The days of carrying everything alone are coming to an end. The support you need now is not a sign of weakness, it is part of your forward momentum, part of a promising and positive transformation. You are currently in a stage of profound preparation, ready to grow and evolve powerfully. And so now I want to go deeper into the message. What exactly is about to be revealed? The cards that appear are the Star Ancestors, Hidden Secrets, and Cross the Dam. These speak to an ancient memory, as if before you came to Earth, something was sealed away, something hidden within your soul's memory. It may be connected to karmic ties or a truth that until now could not be revealed. The Hidden Secrets card speaks very clearly. Something significant is about to come to light. It may be a memory from a past life, not just from recent incarnations, but from lifetimes long ago, perhaps even from a different planet where your soul once resided. In that distant time, something happened, a powerful experience or a soul-level decision that left a deep imprint on your spirit. Now, your soul is asking you to remember that moment because it holds the truth you need to know at this point in your journey. The next card to appear is Forgiveness. I feel that this is a journey you are being called to undertake, the journey of forgiving yourself. There may be a lingering feeling of guilt or inner torment within you, something you can't quite identify, but it likely originates from that ancient memory. And now, it's time to release yourself from that bondage. Whatever it may be, a mistake, a regret, or a wound that has never fully healed, you no longer need to carry it. You are not meant to keep bearing the weight of it in your present life. Don't be afraid. These memories do not bring fear or danger. They do not belong to a recent life, but rather to millions of years ago, and yet they remain etched in the deeper layers of your soul. Now, the time has come for that energy to be released. By looking back and understanding it, you allow yourself to break free from an invisible limitation that has been holding you back from moving forward. The next card drawn is Prince of Spring, along with a gentle message. My heart is opening to receive love. I can truly feel that energy. The story is becoming clearer. This is the moment for you not only to open your heart to love in the present, but also to open yourself to the deepest parts of your soul, including the ancient fragments now softly stirring, quietly reminding you it is time to be healed and to be free. This Wands card is a perfect confirmation of the message unfolding. You, in a distant past life, on a planet your soul once inhabited, fought for love. You walked into battle for the people you cherished, even ready to give your life to protect them. You gave it your all, your strength, your heart, your soul. But in the end, you were unable to fulfill that mission. Even though you fought with everything you had, what you longed to protect could not be saved. This left within you a deep sense of failure, one that you internalized, carrying the weight of that sorrow for millions of years. That pain became a part of your karmic imprint, and it is the reason why, in this lifetime, you carry a heart that constantly longs to love, to protect, and to give. Your soul drifted to earth, like a wave gently bringing you to this place, carrying with it the love and the unfinished mission of your past. You did not come here merely to live, but to continue the journey left incomplete in another life, to once again try, to love, to fully offer what you once lost the chance to give. I feel strongly that you are a starseed, a soul from the stars, one with a deep awareness of your mission and your responsibility. And now what you need to know is this: you truly did all that you could in that past life. The spiritual guides, the soul ancestors from that distant planet, those who have been watching over you, are sending you this message: you did well. Allow yourself to be forgiven. You no longer need to blame yourself. You don't have to carry the weight of atonement for something long ago that was never truly in your control. When your soul chose to return to Earth, it wasn't a punishment, it was a chance. A chance to rewrite the ending of an old story. And this time, you can do it with an open heart, with love, with freedom unchained from the pain of the past. In essence, this may also reflect your deep longing to complete your soul's ascension, the process of rising, evolving beyond old limitations. Because you are someone who came here to assist in this great transformation of humanity. But above all, the message meant for you is this: in this lifetime, you have every right to live your own life. You have the right to live for yourself. You deserve to do what truly makes your heart feel alive. Perhaps you've already started to feel clearly what it is that you truly want to do. Maybe it's a path you long to follow, a person you deeply love, a direction that stirs something powerful within your heart. Yet, at the same time, there seems to be a deeper pull from your soul, drawing you toward a different path. A path that feels heavier, more sacrificial, one that asks you to bear responsibility. And this may very well be the lingering effect of karmic patterns from lifetimes past. You may be feeling a persistent urge within you, a sense that says, I have to do this, I have to fix this, I can't let go. You're being pulled toward a path your soul once chose, almost as if trying to repay a debt or carry out a gentle form of self-punishment. But in truth, what matters more in this lifetime is that you live in alignment with your heart. The era we live in is no longer one of sacrificing everything for the soul's mission. It is the era of harmony between the soul's calling and personal joy. What you truly need now is balance. A balance between the soul's journey and your personal life, between what you feel you must do and what you truly desire to do, between your mission and your heart. So that nothing has to be sacrificed, but instead, both parts can walk together, grow together. You are allowed to live for yourself. You are allowed to live for love. And you're allowed to choose the path that makes your heart shine. That is what the universe is trying to tell you right now. So, if you are receiving this message today, then this is the truth you need to know. It is time to truly begin living your life. And to do that, you must also give yourself permission to forgive, on the soul level, for everything you've been carrying, all the karma, all the memories from the past that you've never truly allowed yourself to release. One important truth you must never forget: you already tried. In that distant past, you fought, you poured your entire heart and soul into it. You truly gave it your all. Whether it was within the context of the Orion Wars, or memories of Atlantis or Lemuria, those ancient civilizations that collapsed before completing the ascension process, you still carry the sorrow, the regret of not being able to fulfill what you longed to accomplish. And yet, as we step into the years from 2025 onward, the Earth's energy is undergoing a profound transformation. This is the age of liberation from karmic cycles. It is an era in which you no longer need to repay soul debts, no longer need to live in the shadow of atonement. Now you can, and you deserve to, live for yourself. Of course, listening to the soul's calling is still important. But just as essential is listening to the voice of your human heart, the voice of emotion, desire, and true happiness. This is what your spiritual guides are gently urging you to remember. Live the life you want as a whole human being, filled with joy, freedom, and your own truth. That is the first great truth that is about to be revealed. And when you truly allow yourself to be happy, to live in alignment with your heart, the next doorway will open. The card that appears is the mirror soul, your soul partner, the one who reflects your essence back to you. A mirror through which you will see yourself, and perhaps the one who walks beside you on your path of awakening. This person is not merely a companion, but a mirror reflecting the deepest parts of you. They may be your partner of awakening, the one who stirs your soul awake, your spiritual counterpart. And when you begin to live in alignment with your true self, this kind of love will arrive, at the right time, with the right person, to open the next door in both your soul's journey and the journey of your heart. And it is exactly as it feels. At the core, this connection is a kind of chemistry, a resonance at the soul level. This is someone with whom you are deeply connected from within. Even in moments without light, even in the darkest nights, this is the person who can still help you see, someone who helps you find that spark of light, even in the deepest shadows of your life. The card release speaks of the transition you are about to enter, a crossing into a new dimension, together with this soul companion. A profound soul transformation is underway. The shift has already begun, and you are now standing in a moment where, between you and this person, a great turning point is unfolding, a powerful shift, a movement into something entirely new. If you haven't met this person yet, the message here is, you are about to encounter your true companion, the one who will awaken you, the one destined to walk beside you on your journey of spiritual awakening. And if this person is already in your life, then your relationship is about to enter a new phase, a deeper connection, one that resonates on a spiritual level and transcends conventional boundaries. You are also being reminded that it is time to move away from the things that have been holding you back, be it heavy relationships, environments that no longer serve you, or anything that makes you feel confined or exhausted. It is time to let go, because someone is about to enter your life, or the person already by your side will join you in creating a new bond, one that is more profound and liberating than anything you have experienced before. And now, let's see what is about to be revealed from this connection. The truth. This is the truth you need to know. Even if you are currently with someone and have believed that you would continue the journey with them, there is still the possibility that another person may appear. You might go through a separation, a turning point in your relationship. But on the other hand, it is also entirely possible that you will realize, it turns out the person already beside me is the one. This will vary depending on your situation and where you currently stand in your relationship, so now let's explore more about the characteristics of that person. Today, the entire reading carries a sharp, penetrating energy. Everything feels incredibly clear and direct. And then, it's truly astonishing. Unbelievable, even. The card that appeared is overwhelmingly powerful. This person is someone with a strong sense of self, a calm demeanor, and a deep inner balance. They are truly your mirror, like the moon and the sun. One of you will be the moon, the other the sun, and at times, these roles may shift, alternating naturally. And now, you yourself are entering a phase of integration, a time when you are learning to embrace your whole being, including the rough edges, the flaws, the light, and the shadow within you. When you begin to see that even your imperfections are lovable and dare to live as your authentic self, that is precisely when someone whose edges complement yours will come into your life. Someone who embodies the qualities that contrast with yours, yet align in a perfect, harmonious way, and together, the two of you will create a complete and beautiful union. That's right, the two of you will shine together as one unified being. And the person you are meant to be with, regardless of whether they are male or female, seems to carry a strong masculine energy, or perhaps it is through meeting you that this masculine energy within them will be awakened. Therefore, even if in the past you were the one embodying the more dominant masculine energy, after meeting this person, those roles may reverse and a new equilibrium will naturally be established between you. This person exudes a sense of grounded stability, the kind of person who rarely falls ill, with robust health and physical strength. At the same time, they carry a calm presence. Although they radiate vibrant, lively energy, there is also a peaceful, composed essence about them. You could say this is someone who is both full of life and deeply centered within. However, that doesn't mean they are emotionally flat or detached. On the contrary, they are emotionally rich, with a depth that allows for inner movement. Occasional waves of feeling may rise. Yet their foundation remains steady. They are someone with their feet firmly on the ground, not lost in illusions or escapism. This also suggests that they can be a reliable pillar for you, both emotionally and practically. Especially because their masculine energy is so strong, they are likely to be someone you can trust with financial matters or everyday life concerns, someone with firm beliefs and a clear sense of direction, not easily swayed. Additionally, when tuning into this person's energy, I sense that there may be a soul connection between the two of you dating back to the time of Atlantis or Lemuria, ancient civilizations lost to history. It's possible that this person carries memories from those eras, or that the two of you were once spiritually bonded in a past life from those ancient times. And now, that karmic connection is reawakening and continuing in this present lifetime. This message is meant for those who truly feel a resonance deep within. The person you are about to meet, or are already connected with, is in fact the one you left behind at the bottom of the ocean when Atlantis or Lemuria fell and sank. For some reason, you might have escaped that catastrophe, or later chose a different path. Some journeyed to new lands. Others joined spiritual communities hidden deep within the mountains, sacred sanctuaries known as the high-vibrational realms of Lemuria. Some souls returned to Venus. But this person, your soul companion, may have been the one who was submerged with Atlantis. It's reminiscent of the image of Jack and Rose from Titanic, a separation between two worlds, one surviving, the other sinking into the depths. And if you feel a heaviness in your heart as you hear this, it's completely understandable, for it touches upon very deep soul memories. But you know, even though they sank to the bottom of the ocean, they were never lost. I hear the message that they connected with the dragons, symbols of divine energy and protective power. Perhaps throughout all that time, they have been silently protecting you from the depths, from a spiritual realm invisible to the human eye. And now, after what feels like an eternity has passed, this person is preparing to step into the light, ready to emerge clearly into your world. And it is through the union of the two of you that they will begin to fully awaken their potential. Both of you will walk together beneath the sun. This is a journey where two souls, once separated, are now reunited to fulfill a mission left incomplete in a past life. I can also deeply sense the presence of the goddess Amaterasu, the sun goddess, as if she is guiding you both, helping you step out of the shadows and reunite with the light of destined love. This truly is an extraordinary pair. In recent times, the term twin flame is used less often, as many interpretations and perspectives have emerged. Instead, the concept of a partner of awakening, someone you meet in order to awaken your true self, is becoming more resonant. Because it's not just about remembering what was once forgotten, but more importantly, when you meet this person, you will begin to unlock the dormant abilities within yourself. And the ability we speak of here is not something mystical or distant. It is the capacity to live authentically, to live simply, yet wholly as your true self. A phase like that is approaching, a time when you begin to return to yourself, to live as who you truly are. Therefore, what is about to be illuminated may well be the awakening of memories from Lemuria or Atlantis, and you will begin to reconnect with souls who once shared a sacred bond with you in those ancient times. This doesn't refer only to the person you're currently thinking about, the romantic connection, but also to others, soul partners who once walked beside you. In truth, what is unfolding here is not necessarily a romantic or marital relationship. While for some, it may evolve into love, the true essence lies in the companion of awakening. That person could be of the opposite sex or the same, it doesn't matter. What matters is this: they will appear. And their presence will be a clear sign that you are entering a new phase of soul activation, reconnection with your spiritual origin, and preparing to live fully as your authentic self. And now, the number 3. Here it appears as the 3 of the sun, and it has shown up repeatedly. 3, then 33. This may point to a time frame such as 3 months or 3 weeks or moments connected to the number 3. For example, when you frequently see 333, that is a clear sign that you are about to meet this person, or that your connection with them is about to evolve. It could indicate that the two of you are moving closer toward union, or that a significant event is about to occur, one that will clearly shift the dynamics of your relationship. The way the cards have revealed themselves today is truly magical. And when I drew one more card, new beginnings appeared, a symbol of a fresh start and spiritual awakening. Indeed, this is your partner of awakening. Once again, the message is delivered with striking clarity. Are you currently in a period of no contact with someone? If so, the message for you is this: trust in the thread that binds the two of you. Even if there is no communication at the moment, your souls remain connected on a deeper level. And this relationship is moving toward an entirely new phase, a different beginning, one that is brighter and more aligned with your soul's path. And for those who have not yet met this person, know that your souls are already connected. You and they have been bonded on the soul level long before now, and what remains is simply the right moment to reunite in the physical world. If you are longing for a meeting or wondering whether the person currently in your life is truly the one, then the next message for you is deep cellular healing, healing that reaches into the cellular level. What you are being called to do now is to allow yourself to heal, deeply and completely, down to every cell in your being. So let us begin this deep healing journey, starting from the innermost part of your soul. And I will begin guiding you right now. First, imagine that you are receiving energy from above the crown of your head, from the great central sun. Visualize a radiant solar light pouring down upon you, soaking into your body with each breath. With every inhale, this sunlight enters your body. And with every exhale, imagine that the old energies, past life memories, inherited beliefs, and karmic residues buried deeply at the cellular level are being released and cleared. This healing goes beyond the cells. I can sense blockages stored in your joints, in the spaces where bones meet. Let all of that be released with each breath. Continue breathing deeply, slowly, and steadily. And now we move into the heart chakra. Let us now bring that radiant solar energy into your heart chakra. Because throughout lifetimes, and even in this one, you have always given so much love to others. Even when it meant sacrificing yourself, even when it came at a cost, you still chose to love and to give. Thank you, deeply, for that. And now, what you need most is love from yourself. Self-love, the love that flows from the divine within you, is protecting you. You are being guided by that inner divinity, your sacred self. You are being loved by that pure, inner source of light. Please allow yourself to fully receive that love. In this moment, I can see your inner child, and they are beginning to smile, a radiant smile like the sun. The dust, the heavy memories, the limiting beliefs that have clung to your body for so long are slowly dissolving in that pure light. And now, let's create a protective shield around you. Visualize that radiant light expanding outward from your body, forming a glowing sphere about 1 meter in radius. Imagine that this light is extending through your entire auric field, gently and safely enveloping you in its embrace. Hold that image firmly in your mind. In this way, you are protected. Because in life, we are constantly exposed to energy from others, negative vibrations, emotional debris, even electromagnetic frequencies. So, create a strong energetic shield, one that prevents such intrusions, and fill your body with light from the source, the light from the great central sun. Do you feel your body warming up? I can already feel the heat rising. So now, bring your breath back into rhythm and slowly open your eyes. Thank you so much. Try incorporating healing practices like this into your daily life. When you do, the connection between you and your spiritual partner, whether it's someone already present or someone you are attracting, will deepen, grow richer, or begin to flow toward you more effortlessly. Be sure to try it. And everything that has been revealed today, it's truly beautiful. So now, let's take a look at what's coming next. The cards that appeared are the bear, the ship, the star, the mask, the fox, and the card mending bridges. It seems you are gradually coming face to face with something. The bear is here, but it appears to be wearing a mask, which gives me the sense of something dual-natured or hidden beneath the surface. Mending bridges speaks of healing, realignment, and repair. What I'm sensing is that perhaps you have spent a long time trying to control yourself, and now that control is beginning to loosen. It's not that you were pretending, but it's as if you've been wearing a mask or applying a filter to make everything look better, like retouching a photo in an app. But eventually, you begin to see what is real. You start peeling away what has been concealed, whether it's within yourself or in others. You may be entering a process of readjusting those things, the disguises, the beliefs that you have to be a certain way, that you must appear more beautiful, more likable. But in truth, if you look at your essence, you are already beautiful just as you are. Every person carries a unique beauty that needs no filter or alteration. So perhaps all the things you once believed you had to be, all the ways you thought you needed to control this or fix that, those beliefs are now beginning to dissolve. You are no longer bound by the conditions you once placed upon yourself. This is the time to return to your true essence. No more hiding, no more pretending, no more striving to appear perfect. Because you are already beautiful in your own unique way. Maybe this very transformation is unfolding within you right now. For instance, when you post a photo on social media with a radiant smile, presenting a cheerful and energetic version of yourself, that's not fake. But I sense that this is also the moment you're starting to want to reveal your true self more openly. A time when you're allowing parts of yourself that have never been shown to finally step into the light. Perhaps the mask you once wore gave you a sense of steadiness, helped you feel strong in a certain way. Maybe you believed that taking off that mask would make you vulnerable. But in truth, the moment you dare to remove it is the moment you become truly powerful. Because when we live in alignment with our authentic self, that is when we are strongest. Not a strength born of tension or force, but the steady strength that comes from living truthfully. For what comes from the heart always carries the deepest resonance, and so do you. When that happens, major changes will begin to unfold. The Star card has appeared, a symbol of wishes coming true, along with the fox and the mask. Flowing with this energetic current, this is the process of self-integration. When you have the courage to face and embrace every part of yourself, both light and shadow, the external world begins to shift. Your environment may change. Things that once had a place in your life may fall away, making room for you to step into a new space, a new journey. You might change your job. You might leave the place you currently live to move to a new land, perhaps even another country. This is a change of great magnitude, a true turning point that opens the door to an entirely new phase in your life. And what's being emphasized here is this: in that new place, you will enter your next chapter, one where many of your long-held wishes will begin to manifest. Perhaps in as little as 3 months. Earlier, the number 3 already appeared, and now it shows up again. So, it is very likely that you will feel this shift taking shape within a span of 3 weeks, 3 months, or perhaps 6 months. In other words, following a pattern of 3s, 3 to 6, 9. It seems this is the numerical rhythm through which these changes will be guided. It's possible that you will meet your life partner, or that this person will begin to take clear actions to move closer to you. The current is flowing toward a reunion of great significance. However, the Fox card has also appeared. This card carries many layers of meaning, so I drew an additional card for clarification. That card was the 8 of Pentacles. Looking at the overall result, the combination of the 8 of Pentacles and the Fox, I feel a reminder that you need to be mindful. Many beautiful things are being drawn into your life. You're discovering what you truly want to do. You're becoming decisive enough to pursue it. Life is becoming simpler yet more joyful. And either a life partner is entering your world or the bond between you two is deepening day by day. Precisely because of these blessings, you may begin to attract envy, jealousy, or even those who want to compete or undermine you. The Fox card may point to that unexpected sources of negative energy. I'd also like to share a recent story about my close friend. She went through a spiritual awakening and chose to embrace transformation. She lived in gratitude and managed to turn many of her dreams into reality. Then, when she opened her heart to help someone from a genuine desire to love, to share, to give something good, negative energies crept in. That's exactly what you need to pay attention to. The brighter your light shines, the more shadows it may attract. So, always stay anchored in your own inner light. Protect your energy so that you can continue walking the path of awakening without being shaken by what happens around you. Something happened, as if a certain energy pulled her down, distracting her from her path. And once that energy slipped in, she began to change, almost becoming a different person. I've just begun supporting her in returning to her original state. That's why what I want to share with you is this. When you stand at the threshold of a major transformation, of a true awakening, challenges will come. There's a very clear sense that you are about to awaken. And at that very moment, joy and happiness may rush in, but at the same time, unexpected trials may also appear. It's like a test. My friend went through something similar. When she truly touched that new world, when she genuinely chose the light and stepped into a new chapter of her life, that test arrived. It wasn't something imposed by others, it came from within. It was a test from her own soul, asking, have you truly chosen this new path? So, be aware that negative energies may show up to test you. And the most important thing to remember in that moment is, hold steady to your own energetic axis. Make protecting yourself your top priority. Because you are such a gentle and compassionate person, you may feel compelled to reach out and help someone, especially if you see them in pain or distress. But understand that if you encounter such a person, it may well be that you are being tested through your very own compassion. But you need to understand this. That person is living in a world they have chosen for themselves. Even if they appear sad, vulnerable, or in need of rescue, that is their lesson to learn. You are not responsible for carrying or learning that lesson on their behalf. Because if you intervene too much, there's a strong chance you'll be pulled away from the flow you've worked so hard to build, and you may lose the precious momentum you've already gathered. Keep this in mind. Be compassionate toward yourself first. And remember, preserving your own light is the most powerful way to positively impact the world around you. If you manage to stay focused, the final outcome will be represented by the Tower card, a symbol of foresight and powerful transformation. But don't worry, because in this context, the card carries a positive message. You are entering a phase in which your vision for the future becomes very clear. There will be things that can last, or you may find something or someone that can accompany you in a stable, enduring way. In short, everything is completely fine, truly fine. There's nothing you need to worry about. This is clearly a time of transformation. You'll begin to connect with many things, perhaps new relationships, new professional connections, or the discovery of what you truly want to do. And because of that, you'll become highly magnetic, attracting opportunities, people, and experiences that align perfectly with your new energy. Keep this message tucked in the corner of your mind, not to make you suspicious or wary of others, but to remind you that during times of powerful transformation, tests may come. So stand strong. Stand at the top of your tower, a solid, unwavering tower, so you can see the full picture and remain centered in your own energetic axis. That concludes the reading for those who chose Pile 1. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and support it by liking the video. Your encouragement is an incredible source of motivation that helps me continue creating new content. If something in this reading resonated with your heart, I would be so grateful if you could leave a comment or a small symbol to let me know the message reached you. I always look forward to reading your thoughts, so please don't hesitate to share what's on your mind. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. I'll see you again in the next reading. Hello to those who chose Pile 2. Thank you for waiting. Now I'll begin your reading. I hope this spread brings you healing, fresh insights, and moments filled with love. Let's take a look at what is about to be revealed, the truth you need to know at this moment. What is waiting to be uncovered? The first card that appeared is the Ace of Cups, symbol of love and overflowing emotion, but it came out in reverse. Following that is the Lovers, a symbol of romantic connection and deep relationships. It seems that those of you watching this reading may have something that needs to be clarified in matters of the heart or in a particular relationship. Perhaps you're trying to understand your partner's true feelings, or maybe you're questioning what you truly feel yourself. You might be thinking about the future between you and someone you deeply care about, but also sensing that the connection no longer feels the same as it once did. There may be a quiet undercurrent of unease. Outwardly, the relationship might feel special, so much so that you believe this person could be your soulmate, or even your twin flame. And yet, there's a lingering sense of uncertainty, a subtle doubt, or moments when your heart doesn't feel as fulfilled as you had hoped. The feeling conveyed by the cards is one of bittersweet love. On the surface, this relationship may appear beautiful and full of affection, but somewhere deep within, there is a sense of loneliness, an unnamed sadness, or a void that you can't seem to fill. Perhaps you are in a relationship that you truly value, yet you constantly feel like something is missing. Maybe it's trust, understanding, or simply a clear answer from the other person. The Lover's card has appeared. And perhaps that's what's prompting you to wonder, should I take this further and try to truly understand this person? Or, even though the relationship feels like it's blossoming, should I gently tap the brakes for a moment? You recognize that things are relatively good right now, but deep down, you yearn for a more profound connection with this person. However, along with the joy, there are also feelings of unease, vague fears, or even doubts. It's possible that your heart is being pulled in two directions, between savoring the sweet moments and worrying about the uncertainty. Your emotions might fluctuate from day to day, at times soaring with hope and at other times sinking into anxiety. This emotional turbulence may be triggered by the other person's behavior. You sense they haven't fully opened their heart, that it's difficult to truly know what they're thinking. And because of that, you begin to question, are they hiding something? Are they truly serious? Am I just imagining things? Why can't I feel at ease? And perhaps, the truth you need to know right now isn't simply about what the other person is thinking, but why your emotions have become so unsettled. Why you find it hard to fully trust, and at times even question your own feelings. Let's take a look at the current situation. The Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Cups have appeared. On one hand, you seem to be in a relatively stable place. There are things in your life that bring a sense of fulfillment, even moments of sweetness and love. But on the other hand, there is also a sense of dissatisfaction, as if you're waiting for something more, clarity, reciprocation, a feeling of completeness. And yet, it hasn't arrived. This is creating an inner conflict on the surface. It looks like you're happy, but deep inside, something essential still feels missing. That's why it's hard for you to feel truly content. The Four of Cups reveals that while you may have things you once longed for, dreams that have come true, a sense of fulfillment, or emotional comfort, you still can't feel whole. You may have just attained something you deeply desired, something that once made your heart leap with anticipation. And yet now, this card presents the opposite energy. It suggests that even after getting what you wanted, a fear has surfaced, the fear of losing it. Even in happiness, you may find yourself slipping into moments of unease, sudden sadness, or an inexplicable sense of emptiness. These contrasting emotions are coexisting within you, all at once. It's like the colors pink and blue, sweetness and serenity intertwined with coldness and worry. This is something deeply human, deeply real. The more you cherish something, the more afraid you become of losing it. When you understand the true value of something precious, you also become more aware of the pain you'd feel if it were ever gone. Perhaps you've achieved something you long dreamed of. Maybe you were assigned to your ideal department at work, or you finally began a relationship with someone you once deeply adored. The dream has come true. But once you step into reality, you begin to realize that some things aren't quite as you imagined. A quiet sense of disappointment, a subtle misalignment starts to creep in. And even when everything seems happy on the outside, you still feel a trace of emptiness, a sense that something is missing. From these two cards, the message being conveyed is this: the reason you keep turning inward, revisiting these heavy, shadowy emotions, may be because within them lies the truth you need to recognize. You may wish to only feel joy and happiness, but the truth is, sorrow and worry have always been part of the journey too. They are the natural companions of love, of deeply valuing something or someone in your life. This seems connected to the memory of the soul, as if it's something that has been deeply imprinted in your subconscious for a long time. Perhaps it's an old wound from the past, a scar from a previous lifetime, or an unhealed memory still influencing you in the present moment. I can feel that energy very clearly. And yet, your energy is also sending out a powerful message. You are choosing happiness. Even if there are still uncertainties within you, you are consciously moving toward the light, toward the things that make you feel more alive and joyful. If you can acknowledge and bring awareness to the part of you that pulls you toward negativity, you will be able to live more fully in the space of happiness. I also sense something else. Right now, you may actually be in a state of relative fulfillment. You may be doing something you truly love, or walking a path that resonates deeply with your heart. Although you still occasionally fall into negative emotional states, from the outside, you radiate the image of someone filled with positive energy, someone who appears vibrant, whole, and full of life. And because of that, it's possible that someone around you feels uncomfortable with your happiness. As if they can't celebrate that joy with you, or worse, they might try to diminish it by saying something hurtful or dismissive, as if trying to invalidate the joy you're experiencing. There may be jealousy, or a resistance to seeing you step into this brighter, more awakened version of yourself. It's as if they are trying to interfere with your transformation, disrupting the very path on which you are awakening. And it's very likely that the reason you sometimes feel sad, weighed down, or unsettled doesn't entirely stem from within you, but from outside influences, from people who can't walk alongside your happiness, who can't share in your joy the way you wish they could. It's possible that in your surrounding environment, or if you're active on social media, there are invisible arrows of energy being directed your way. These negative energies might come from envious gazes, from the unspoken thoughts or judgments of others. That's why, through this reading, I want to help ease your heart, to help you feel that you truly are living a beautiful life, that right now, you are in the best version of yourself. And now, let's go deeper into this question. Why do you so easily get pulled into heavy emotions? This may be the very truth that is about to be revealed in this reading. The card 5 of Summer appeared right away, carrying a clear message about how the space around you is affecting your emotional state. The next card, Listening with Your Heart, reveals that at times, you are unable to truly hear the voice of your heart. And the reason for that lies in your environment, or in the presence of certain people in your life. It may be a matter of frequency misalignment. You are gradually evolving, raising your energetic vibration, while your surrounding environment no longer resonates with that growth. This disparity can leave you feeling tired, confused, or even doubting yourself. When asking about a specific person who might be influencing you in this way, the Success card appeared. This could point to someone who is strong, prominent, and perhaps even overpowering, a person who is seen as successful by societal standards. They may be someone you once admired or perhaps felt a twinge of envy toward, someone with wealth, power, or significant influence, a true power figure. But the key point here is this: this person does not outwardly display their inner struggles. On the surface, they may exude success, confidence, and brilliance, but internally, they could be carrying unhealed wounds and emotional pain. And you need to remember this. Having money doesn't necessarily mean happiness, and success does not guarantee inner peace. This person may be living behind a carefully constructed facade, and without realizing it, you may be absorbing that energy, being unconsciously affected by their mask. This person may be someone you once admired in a certain aspect, perhaps even someone you looked up to as a role model. They might be a friend, a familiar acquaintance, or someone close to you, such as a superior, a mentor figure, or someone you deeply respect. At some point, you may have thought, listening to this person will never lead me wrong, or they always offer wise and mature advice. But because of this belief, you may have allowed yourself to be subtly guided by their way of thinking. Their perspective, though seemingly rational, sharp, or rooted in experience, may actually be causing inner confusion. In fact, the very advice they give might be pulling you away from the true voice of your own heart. And what's even more important to notice is that this person is also carrying a lot of unresolved emotions. They may not be the type to openly share on social media, but rather someone who keeps everything to themselves, someone you trust and feel emotionally close to. But every time they confide in you, they're unconsciously placing their emotional burdens on your shoulders. They don't do it intentionally, but somehow, they are pulling you into the heavy emotional space they themselves haven't fully processed. It could be said that when they talk to you, it brings them a sense of relief, because they are releasing some of the burdens they carry within. But at the same time, it means you're being drawn into that negative energetic space, which may be affecting your mood, your emotions, and even the clarity and direction you once held. Even if this person appears radiant, successful, or cheerful on the outside, they are still holding onto a deep sadness that hasn't been released. And this energy, though it comes from a close and familiar relationship, is unconsciously pulling you away from the positive vibration you're trying so hard to maintain. From your perspective, this person might have qualities you admire, or even envy to some extent. But in truth, beneath the surface, they are carrying a profound loneliness. You may feel that being around this person brings joy, connection, and a genuine sense of closeness. And it's likely that they too care deeply for you. Because the energy between your hearts is very present, it feels as though both of you are holding a quiet emotional bond, one that doesn't need to be spoken out loud to be real. At the same time, this person may also be carrying a sense of discomfort or dissatisfaction, as if something within them feels unsettled or conflicted. They might be a friend, someone quite close to you, and the energy of this relationship, though unintentional, is affecting you and lowering your vibration. The reading suggests that this connection may be unconsciously pulling you away from your natural state of positivity. However, the remarkable thing is this: it is precisely through this person or through what they've said and the negative emotions they've unintentionally triggered in you that you've learned to listen more deeply to yourself. Perhaps something they said made you feel hurt, caused you to act from a place of emotional imbalance, but that very experience became a catalyst, leading you to a deeper realization, a clearer path forward, or a more mature perspective. So the message here is: observe closely the people around you, especially those who often give you advice or try to guide your direction. Not all of it stems from malice or jealousy, but their energy, even when well-intentioned, can still shake your sense of clarity, causing you to lose touch with your inner truth. And only you, not anyone else, can decide what is truly aligned with your path. This may be the very truth you need to know right now. It may not be something grand or dramatic, but it is deeply significant for your current journey. You might believe that what others say to you comes from care and goodwill, and at first glance, it may seem that way. But in reality, the energy behind those words is not entirely pure. The Success card appears once again, bringing attention back to themes of achievement, wealth, and material standards in life. The image that comes to mind is that you are in a state of having to push yourself, to strive intensely, feeling that you must change, that you have to accomplish something, or that standing still is not an option. It's as if there's a machine within you running at full capacity. This isn't necessarily bad, it's not a negative thing at all, but if it becomes overwhelming, it can lead to feelings of isolation, as though you must carry everything on your own. You are in a phase where you feel the need to take charge of everything, to reshape your circumstances, to face challenges head-on, and this is activating a very strong masculine energy within you. Regardless of gender, this energy is rising powerfully inside you, the energy of doing, of fighting, of not allowing yourself to be weak. And again, this isn't wrong or harmful in itself, but there seems to be an uneasiness within this process that I can sense. Perhaps you are trying to learn from someone, a successful figure, a prominent role model, or even through seminars or courses where you engage with people who have achieved what you aspire to. You may be thinking, this person became successful this way, so I should follow the same path. But while their method may have worked perfectly for them, it doesn't necessarily mean it's right for you. You don't need to force yourself to become someone else's version of success. You have your own path, a path that is uniquely yours, deeply authentic, and what matters most is that you return to listening to yourself, rather than chasing the pace, standards, or expectations set by others. Because if you're not careful, you might lose the most precious thing of all, the feeling of being truly yourself. None of this is inherently wrong, but it may be that you're trying to do something in a way that doesn't truly align with who you are. You might be applying a method that wasn't meant for you, pushing yourself down a path that goes against the natural rhythm of your heart. The card Fluorite, natural beauty, authenticity, be yourself appears, delivering a clear message: you already shine, from the inside out. You are someone worthy of love, and just as you are, in your whole, present form, you are already wonderful. I sense that many of you right now are carrying a mindset of, I have to change myself, I need to become better, I must try harder and achieve more. And because of these thoughts, your gaze has turned toward those perceived to be more talented or successful than you. You want to learn from them, to do things the way they do. But perhaps now is the time to slow down a little and ask yourself, what does true happiness really mean to me? Do I truly need that much money? Is the dream I'm chasing really mine, or is it a picture society has painted for me? Because the message coming through loud and clear is this: you don't need to change a thing. You are already enough. Who you are right now, with your unique light, natural beauty, and sincere heart, is the most precious thing of all. If you truly wish to move toward a more successful and fulfilling life, let your goals be born from a deep sense of inner contentment, from the things that make you feel fully alive each day, not from a desire to achieve something that looks like someone else's life, or to prove anything to the outside world. The difference between external success and inner wealth lies exactly there. And perhaps this is the moment when you are being called to redefine your direction, not to turn back, but to move forward in a way that aligns with your true essence and values. When the masculine energy within you becomes too dominant, when you're constantly pushing yourself to achieve, to strive, to prove, it becomes harder to resonate with the current energetic frequency of the earth, which is leaning toward the softness, receptivity, and grace of feminine energy. That's why, when you're in a state of overexertion, you may start attracting people or situations that place more pressure on you, that carry heavy energies or speak words that shake your sense of self-worth. This reading offers a message. If you find yourself in a phase of striving and needing to prove something, you may have entered a distorted masculine mode, and the things you attract will begin to mirror that tension. So the guidance is, pause for a moment. Look closely at what you're attracting. If it's negative emotions, feelings of emptiness or pain, then maybe it's time to return to yourself and ask, what is it that I truly want? What am I chasing? What values truly bring peace to my heart? You don't need to force. You don't need to strain. The card shows an image of someone resting peacefully, simply focusing on what they desire, while the universe gently orchestrates its arrival. The message is this: when you return to a state of ease and surrender, your energy naturally aligns with the frequency that attracts what you truly long for. And it is in that relaxed state that you become genuinely connected to your dreams. Following that, 2 more cards appear, Iram and Soul Plan, delivering a powerful message about life and destiny, about the balance between the life you are consciously creating and the thread of fate your soul has carried since before birth. The tones of these 2 cards are strikingly similar, indicating that you are in the midst of a major journey, a journey of releasing karma, of untangling patterns that have been woven across many lifetimes. And perhaps, the person you're thinking about, the one present in this reading, is part of that karmic package. There may be a deep, ancient connection between you, an unresolved thread from a past life that is now surfacing to be seen, understood, and healed, not through struggle or resistance, but through clarity, compassion, and the freedom to choose your own path. If there is someone in your current relationship who makes you feel emotionally drained or weighed down, it's very likely that you and this person once shared a deep connection in the past, perhaps a karmic bond from a previous life. And the question is not what happened back then, but rather, how can you transform that connection into something positive in this lifetime? Even if the situation feels difficult, everything is unfolding exactly according to your soul's greater plan. It is through the presence of this person, through the emotional fluctuations, the friction, and the wounds you've had to face, that your awakening journey began. This person plays the role of a mirror, a catalyst, helping you see the path that is truly meant for you. And from there, the door begins to open. There's no need to dive too deeply into what karma is, or what you and this person went through in the past. What matters more is this: this experience is helping you reevaluate what it is you truly desire. It is through the negative emotions, those moments of feeling lost, hurt, or shaken by this person, that you begin to touch the truth within your own heart. What do I truly need? What actually brings me happiness? And when you realize that, a new path begins to reveal itself. The challenges no longer appear as obstacles, but instead become gateways, passages through which you grow, evolve, and return to your truest self. In the concept of karma, relationships like these are often where both souls bring one another the lessons they've agreed to help resolve together. For instance, if in a past life you did something that caused the other person pain, then in this lifetime, you are given the opportunity to heal that not through punishment, but through awareness, understanding, and compassion. Every person who enters your life comes for a reason. And sometimes, the very ones who hurt you are the ones your soul once chose to walk alongside, as companions in some of your greatest life lessons. Recently, since the second half of 2024, there has been a profound shift in how karma is understood. No longer is it confined to the idea of paying for past mistakes or cleansing wrongdoings. Instead, karma is now being seen as part of the soul's chosen journey of experience and growth, a path each soul consciously embraces in order to evolve. Our souls came to Earth to experience not only moments of happiness, but also challenges, hardships, and loss. And karma, at its core, is simply the process of living through the lessons the soul has chosen. Through these lessons, we learn, deepen our self-understanding, and evolve. Though karmic experiences often carry a difficult tone, wounds, inner conflict, confusion, it is precisely these experiences that allow the soul to grow and expand its awareness. And what's truly beautiful is that the person who journeys through these lessons with you, the one who carries karma alongside you, can also mature, heal, and evolve their soul through the very same path. That's why not everyone you meet is necessarily someone you were bonded to in a past life. It's not always about returning to repay karmic debts. Sometimes, it's simply that you and this person share a similar theme, a soul lesson that both of you need to face. And it's that shared resonance that draws you together, guiding you into a mutual journey of learning and growth. So the meeting of two souls doesn't always indicate a past life connection. It can also mean that, in this moment, you both carry a shared soul theme, a lesson you are both meant to confront and move through together. And so, everything you are experiencing with this person, the emotions, the conflicts, the wounds, or the awakenings is all part of the karmic release journey. It is not about penance, as the old concept suggests, but about living through, understanding, and integrating the lessons that bring you closer to your wholeness. Through this person, you are living exactly what your soul came here to learn, and that is the essence of true karmic resolution. In this context, karmic release is the process of illuminating, purifying, and moving through soul-level lessons. And when you rise above these lessons, the door to your future begins to open, a future where the inner powers you once unconsciously sealed away within yourself start to awaken. The innate abilities, the soul gifts that had long been forgotten, will begin to reemerge and come alive once more. The moon card appears in reverse, signaling that the things you once perceived through a negative lens are now beginning to be seen in a more positive light. A transformation in your perception is taking place, a shift from fear to trust, from confusion to clarity. Everyone has their own soul lessons, and for you, it seems that whenever you are determined to step into a new phase of awakening, whenever you begin to live in alignment with your values, try something new, or follow the call of your inner voice, there is always someone who appears. Someone who carries an energy that shakes your foundation, who triggers your doubts, who makes you question your path. But in truth, this is a soul-designed encounter, like a final test. Do you truly want to live as your authentic self? Will you remain steadfast in your choice? Will you move through fear and walk toward the light? This is a challenge you set for yourself long ago as a way to affirm your growth. For example, if you choose happiness, will you stand by that choice no matter what? If you say you want to embark on a new path, can you keep walking even when you are met with opposition, doubt, or resistance? And that challenger could be anyone, even your parents. Someone who might say things like, "That won't get you anywhere," or "Why bother trying?" And even if those words come from a place of concern, they can still cause your heart to waver and make you question yourself. And as if by some universal law, the moment you begin to walk your own path, someone always shows up, someone whose presence shakes you, whose words linger in your mind, whose energy leaves you unsettled. But their role is not to stop you. Their presence is there to help you see, are you truly ready to become who you are? Are you willing to live a life in alignment with your soul's calling? This is the very test you must move through in order to step into the next stage of your personal evolution. Perhaps all of this was part of the soul plan you designed for yourself. You planned for these kinds of situations to arise, that there would be people, opinions, and words that would cause you to question everything. And from that space, you are called to choose. Will you rise above it with your inner strength, or will you walk away from yourself once more? Perhaps in the past, you found yourself in similar situations many times, and in the end, influenced by others, you gave up on what you truly desired. But some of you, after facing those moments again and again, have begun to realize you can no longer keep living that way. You stood up and started over. Even if it felt late, you could feel a fire beginning to burn once more in your heart. And the most important truth here is this: none of it was a mistake. Those situations, those people, even the negative thoughts you believed came from others, were in fact reflections of your own inner world. The doubts like, can I really do this? Am I just fooling myself? What if I fail? Those very thoughts have attracted matching words and circumstances into your external reality. It's a sign that your mind has not yet fully believed in your own power. But instead of blaming yourself, see this as part of your awakening plan. You created these obstacles for yourself to strengthen your will, so that one day, you could rise above them with a heart full of courage and a soul that burns with purpose. And then, the reading continues to bring you clear and heartfelt messages. The Be Open card appears, an invitation to open your heart. But this isn't a call to open yourself up to everyone around you. Rather, it's a gentle reminder to open your heart to yourself, to allow your inner voice to be heard, to stop shutting down your emotions out of fear of judgment or failure. The take the risk, trust card follows, affirming the most important truth for you right now. You need to believe in yourself. No matter what others may say, whether they doubt you, disapprove of you, or don't believe in your path, you must remain grounded in your own truth. Open your heart without fear of getting hurt. Trust without fear of failure. Because only when you truly believe in yourself can what you're seeking find its way to you in its fullest form. This message is not about opening your heart to others, it is about opening your heart to yourself. Learning to trust your own inner compass. Many of you may be cautious by nature, always thinking things through carefully before taking a step. But that same caution can become a trap, one that keeps you looping in worry, overanalysis, and hesitation, until you find yourself unable to act at all. You may begin to notice that when someone says something positive to you, like, "You'll definitely succeed," you struggle to fully receive it. You think, is that really true? But when someone says you're going to fail, you find it much easier to believe. It's as if you tend to lean toward the negative, easily pulled into words that cause you to doubt yourself. That's why the message for you is this: lead yourself toward the light. Be your own guide. Choose to move toward what uplifts you, rather than letting negative voices drown out the quiet truth that lives in your heart. This is a very clear message from the universe. Now let's go a little deeper. What is being revealed here? We are beginning to see the truth about the people around you, especially someone who holds a strong influence over your emotions, decisions, and personal journey. This person, while they may sometimes say things that cause you to hesitate, is actually playing a vital role in your awakening. There may be a karmic connection between you, but it's not meant to hold you back. It's meant to bring you face to face with what you truly long for. This person is like a catalyst for awakening, not a guide, but someone whose presence pushes you to the edge, making you realize, I can't keep living like this. I have to rise and live as my true self. And so, even if this person once hurt you or caused you to doubt yourself, now you can offer them a deep sense of gratitude. Because through them, you've come to see your own light. And it's time to speak a word of release, not just releasing them, but also freeing yourself from bonds that no longer serve you. Oh, what a beautiful synchronicity. Something quite similar and equally powerful appeared in Pile 1, but here in Pile 2, we are also being shown something incredibly potent. The Lovers has appeared twice. The presence of the Lovers card twice in this reading serves as a clear confirmation that what is being revealed now is connected to love. It may concern a romantic partner or someone with whom you share a deep soul connection, even if the relationship is not romantic in nature. This is someone with whom you feel a special bond. The message is this: something regarding that connection is about to be brought into the light. Now, I will draw additional cards from the Lenormand deck to explore this further. It seems that you may currently be in an environment or surrounded by certain relationships that are disrupting your energetic frequency, causing you to lose your natural balance. That's why the guidance here is to consciously realign yourself, to cleanse what no longer resonates, and then, through trust in yourself, make the choices that are truly right for you. When you do this, the things you've been wishing to become will begin to take form, and you will start stepping into the version of yourself you've always wanted to be. Then the Lenormand cards appear: Gentleman, Ship, and Snake. I must say, this combination carries a very unique energy. First, it's highly likely that sometime soon, within a month, 2 months, or even just a week or two, someone you are dating or someone you have feelings for may express their emotions to you or even propose. Something significant may happen that causes the relationship between you and this person to suddenly deepen or accelerate in a surprising way. Yes, something beyond your expectations is unfolding. This shift begins the moment those bindings, those invisible restraints, or lingering influences from the past and from others are released. That is when transformation starts to enter your life. The Fish card symbolizes money and financial abundance, while Lilies represents truth and inner peace. Together, they signal that the most authentic and fulfilling things, what you truly wish for in your heart, the things you've quietly hoped to one day have, are beginning to draw near, not slowly, but flowing in from this very moment. What you need to know, what you are being called to recognize at this moment, is that you are absolutely capable of connecting with something truly genuine. That authenticity is on its way to you. True abundance, true love, a true life partner, all of it is moving closer. The appearance of the Lovers card not once, but twice, is a powerful confirmation that you are in a phase of attracting what is truly aligned with your worth. And that may be as simple and as sacred as this: the person you're about to meet, the one who will love you, the one you will marry, or someone who holds that kind of significance, is becoming more clearly present in your life. And then, the final card, Snake, appears as the concluding message. While the Snake card can sometimes be associated with money in one of its deeper layers, in this reading, I sense something else entirely. I asked why this card showed up in this position, and then I understood. The Snake card here speaks of envy, jealousy, or betrayal. It reflects what was already hinted at in the earlier parts of the reading. These are the lingering energies still clinging to you, negative vibrations, distorted perceptions, or disruptive influences that surround your field. They are the energetic remnants of those who once affected you negatively, or the unhealthy thought patterns that have taken root in your mind. These are like a fog, and once you recognize and clear them, the good that's waiting for you will rush in without delay. The truth is, while you are entering a powerful flow of positive energy, these unresolved influences, if not consciously released, can easily return. And of course, that's not something you'd want to experience again, is it? The Whip card appears here as a warning. From this, I sense that you are about to enter a phase that may bring you genuine happiness, perhaps a deeply fulfilling experience, or a fated encounter with someone who is truly meant for you. However, if you express that joy too openly by posting it on social media, sharing pictures of the person, or speaking too freely about your relationship with friends or others, you may unintentionally attract energies that are not aligned with your happiness. The Whip card also carries the message of caution, urging you to tighten your energetic boundaries. If you appear overly excited or too trusting, negative influences may find subtle ways to enter and disrupt the beautiful flow you've begun to cultivate. Truthfully, I hesitate to speak about things like this because I know that hearing such messages may cause you to become overly anxious or guarded. But the cards are showing this very clearly, and I believe that if you're aware of it in advance, you can take conscious steps to protect and preserve your space. In reality, similar situations are happening all around me, especially to those who are going through an awakening, living in abundance, and feeling truly happy. It's often during those very moments that external forces begin trying to pull them back. That's because right now, people are choosing to live on different Earths, meaning the vibrational frequencies we align with are beginning to diverge more clearly. Even your closest friend may now be choosing a different frequency than you. And when you're preparing to shift into a new frequency, stepping into a brighter, more radiant future, there will inevitably be moments when you feel lonely. That is a deeply human experience. The mind instinctively tries to pull you back into what's familiar. But if you look deeper, you'll see that at the soul level, we all want the people we love to find happiness in their own way. Everyone is learning through their own journey, and the most beautiful truth is this: each person can walk the path that resonates with the frequency they've chosen. Deep down, in every heart, there is a longing to lovingly send others off toward their chosen path, so they too can shine in the place they're meant to be. Our souls have already made that choice. Each person is selecting a different space, a different reality, to continue their journey. But the conscious mind, our human thoughts and emotions, feels the loneliness and often tries to hold others back. For example, if you are living in happiness and someone close to you is struggling, it's very possible they may unconsciously want to pull you back toward their state. That's a natural mechanism, but it is also your final test. The message here is this: do not allow yourself to be shaken by it. What you need to know right now is this: you are about to step into a happiness so radiant, so fulfilling, that others may look at your life and think, I wish I had that. And because of that, there is one more important thing to keep in mind. Just be a little more mindful. The Ace of Wands appears, symbol of inner fire, of new beginnings, of a spark that originates from within you. But here, it shows up in reverse. This suggests that your energy may be scattered, that you might be allowing outside influences to drain the precious life force you were meant to channel into yourself. So, what should you do when someone enters your space and seems to be taking your energy? The card says this: you are someone who naturally wants to give. No one is taking from you. You've been offering it willingly. Perhaps you've grown used to putting others first, always wanting to bring happiness to those around you, always wanting to see them smile. And in doing so, you've sacrificed a great deal. But now, you must remember, it's time for you to receive. It's time for you to step into the role of the one who is loved, the one who is cherished, the one who gets to receive all the goodness the universe is waiting to give you. So, in order to step into that new reality, you need to hold your center. You don't have to carry someone else's burden. Stand firm in your truth. I am no longer who I used to be. I am strong and courageous. This is the key message. Don't allow yourself to be swayed. Stay grounded, steady in your decisions, and unwavering on the path you've chosen. Only when you are truly happy, when your energy is full and your heart is filled with love, can you genuinely offer true love to others. If you truly want to help someone, if you truly want to spread something good, then first, make yourself happy. Right now, that flow is coming to you with great intensity. Receive it fully. Cherish what you are being given. Of course, your desire to share what you have with others is beautiful, but first, allow yourself to be truly nourished. Enjoy it completely. And then, if there is overflow, you can share it freely, naturally, just like someone who has eaten their fill and still has food left over to offer others. Let it come from a place of fullness. Let it be effortless. That is the most important truth right now, because you are a one-of-a-kind being in this world. And I sense something else as well, a sign of your talents beginning to awaken. From this moment onward, the foundation for something new will begin to take shape. Someone will enter your life, someone who genuinely cherishes you, or if you already have someone you love, the two of you will begin a new chapter together. This could mean making the relationship official, moving toward marriage, living together, or building a stable future side by side. In addition, there is also a flow of material abundance approaching. This may come in the form of support from your partner, either the one you love now or someone you're about to meet. In short, the ideal life you've long dreamed of is beginning to open up right before your eyes. And as your inner foundation becomes stronger and more rooted, you will start to clearly see what only you can do, the unique mission your soul carries in this lifetime. That is why the arrival of your life partner, your true companion, or someone who deeply supports you is not a coincidence. They are entering your life to help you stand stronger, so you can walk your path with confidence and clarity. Because of such a meaningful relationship entering your life, you may begin to attract attention from those around you. Some may even feel envious. This is the image of the snake that appeared earlier. But if you know how to set clear boundaries, knowing what belongs to others and what belongs to you, and refrain from getting drawn into matters that are not yours to carry, you will avoid much unnecessary negativity. Hold your energy steady. Do not let the noise outside shake your inner peace. When you can do that, a new flow will begin. You will start to express your true talents and devote yourself to something meaningful. The energy of this moment is encouraging you to step into a phase of action and brilliance. Then comes the next card, Destiny. Earlier, the card Soul Plan also appeared. Fate is something fixed, but destiny is what you can write with your own hands. This card emphasizes that you are a unique being, someone who carries a strong magnetic presence, someone who holds the essence of a guide. In other words, you have the potential to become a person of great influence in the field you choose. And the reason you can do this is because you already possess a powerful inner strength, a strength capable of unlocking your future and rewriting your destiny. You carry a mission, a special role, to inspire others through the way you live, the way you rise, and the way you walk forward with a heart full of confidence and light. You are truly strong. You possess great inner strength. The most powerful cards have appeared one after another in this reading to affirm that. But perhaps, because you think so much about others, because you live for others, there are times when you become softer, when you hesitate to speak the truth of your heart. I sense that you are someone gentle, someone deeply compassionate. And yet, the version of you that is emerging in the time ahead will be stronger. This strength is not one of harshness or rigidity, but a quiet power that radiates from gentleness, from a heart full of love. And that is the strength you already carry. You are rising with an energy strong enough to overturn the limits you once thought were unbreakable. You may even come to realize that what you once believed to be an unchangeable fate was, in fact, the very piece needed to unlock your true gifts. Perhaps you once thought, this is the destiny I must carry. But in time, you will understand that because of that destiny, you arrived at the work you do now. Because of it, you found your path. For example, some people are born with exceptional height. It's an inborn trait, a matter of fate, but precisely because of that, they have the chance to become renowned athletes, travel the world, and inspire millions. In the same way, I believe that you, too, carry something unique within yourself, perhaps something that once caused you pain, something you may have thought, I didn't choose this, But that very thing is the special essence that can make you someone influential. Someone capable of transforming the world around you simply through your presence. Even destiny, the things that seem to have been predetermined, can be transformed into your advantage. The things that once made you feel negative, that once led you to wonder why me? One day you'll look back and realize it was precisely by going through those experiences that you were able to become who you are now. And from that point on, a turning point will come. A new journey will begin, leading you toward a stronger version of yourself, a version that feels unstoppable, as if nothing can hold you back anymore. The Cleansing Storms card has appeared, a symbol of purification through water, a wave that washes away every old stain and lingering trace. This is a sacred rite of cleansing, an essential step in unlocking your gifts, in becoming an irreplaceable individual, and in shining in your own unique way. See this as a necessary ritual before stepping into a new journey. As I shared from the beginning, honor the process of clearing and releasing, from renewing the relationships around you, to washing away old energies still clinging to your mind. Above all, pay attention to the barriers that exist within your own thoughts, the judgments, the limiting beliefs, the ideas you've unconsciously etched into your heart and energy centers. Cleanse those as well. Because the moment you begin to release them, you will also begin to free yourself from the invisible threads that have been holding you back, and as a natural result, new doors will begin to open before your eyes. Right now, one thing has become strikingly clear: the energy surrounding words and voice. I sense that you have a special connection to sound, the vibrations of speech, the tone of voice, or even musical instruments like the piano, all carrying a uniquely distinct frequency. It's a frequency that merges healing abilities with inner strength. You don't just offer gentleness, you awaken something deep within others. Perhaps you are someone with a soul mission to guide others toward awakening, through your voice and the energy carried in your words. This brings to mind the idea of sound as a form of light. Your voice seems to carry waves, energetic particles filled with messages capable of healing, awakening, and inspiring. And because of that, you're being called to pay attention to your throat area, specifically the throat chakra, as well as the crown chakra at the top of your head. It seems that there may be blockages in these areas, perhaps hesitation, a fear of speaking your truth, or a feeling of being restrained whenever you try to express something meaningful. When you release those knots, you will begin to feel a deeper sense of freedom in your self-expression. You will no longer fear speaking your truth, and you will find the courage to share what's in your heart without the worry of being hurt or judged. For those who work in fields of communication, such as hosts, content creators, or inspirational speakers, and even for those who carry deep memories from past lives where their voices were once silenced or suppressed, that fear may still linger within. You might not be able to name it, but every time you want to speak up or share something meaningful, you hesitate or feel anxious. That is a sign that healing is needed. Now, what's most important is to cleanse and clear those two energy centers so your voice can rise freely and your soul's mission can be expressed fully and clearly. Once those blocks are released, you'll feel a deeper, more authentic connection to your spirit than ever before. So now, we will begin cleansing the energy field around your throat and crown, particularly the 7th chakra, the crown chakra. I sense that at times, your intuition may feel clouded, possibly due to the influence of external voices, which causes confusion and makes it harder to hear your own inner truth. If this doesn't resonate with you, that's perfectly okay. You can gently set it aside. But regardless, I will still carry out an energetic healing and cleansing for you. Now, we will begin the cleansing practice. Gently close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths together with me. I'll be doing it alongside you. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. On the 3rd breath, exhale with strength, as if all the excess energy and everything that no longer serves you is being swept away completely. Good. Now, a crystal crown is slowly descending. This is a crystal crown infused with the energy of Arcturus. We will borrow that energy for today's ritual. Imagine yourself wearing a radiant crystal crown placed gently atop your head. Can you feel it? Has the crown been placed? Then let us now allow that crown to purify the crown chakra. Let the top of your head relax. The healing process will unfold naturally. There's nothing you need to do. Your grounding chakra is now also being cleansed and reactivated. Can you feel it? Perhaps you may sense something shifting within your body. Next, we will move on to healing the crown chakra. Try gently rotating your neck, slowly moving it in circular motions to release any lingering blockages. Don't worry, the crown on your head won't fall, so feel free to move your neck softly and naturally. Just try rotating it a little. It seems the tension is more concentrated on the right side of your neck, doesn't it? I sense something like a bolt embedded deeply there, as if it doesn't belong to you, but was placed there by someone else. At the back of your neck, I will now gently remove it for you. Alright, I'm rotating it as if unscrewing a bolt, releasing that foreign object from your body. There, it's done. Now, I'll move to the front of your throat. A pure white spiral is beginning to form just in front of your throat, and within that spiral, dark elements, like black smoke or dark serpents, are slowly being drawn out from your throat, things that have been building up there. Have you, perhaps, recently spoken harshly about someone, or found yourself using negative words more often than usual? If so, I will now begin to purify this area. Those dark elements are now being slowly drawn into the white spiral, swept away. It feels like a swirling motion, spinning round and round like a fan, though not quite a fan, steadily pulling in all that heavy energy. Alright, I'll now remove the last remnants from your throat. There, it's done. All clear now. Next, we'll move on to healing the heart chakra. Place your hand gently over the center of your chest, right where your heart chakra resides. As you do this, the image of strawberry jam appears. Imagine yourself gently applying this love-infused gel into your heart. Let that love soak into every cell of your heart. The energy of love is now slowly being absorbed, flowing deep into your being. Now, let's move to your feet. Picture something underneath the soles of your feet. Glimmering crystals of golden light. They sparkle like metal, as if they've been gilded with pure gold. I can see them, these radiant golden stones, and now they are being placed into the soles of your feet, merging with your body. It doesn't hurt. It's simply a soft, seamless reunion with your essence. Now, we will allow those golden stones to anchor deeply into the Earth's core, down into the very center of this planet. Imagine that, in a single moment, those stones are powerfully pushed all the way into the heart of the Earth. And from there, you begin to connect with the planet itself, grounding fully and completely. Once you've reached the Earth's core, let the energy of our Mother Earth rise back up through those stones, flowing upward and returning into your body. I've received that grounding energy from the Earth. Now, please place your hand over your womb area. For men, this corresponds to the lower dantian, and allow the Earth's energy to deeply connect with this sacred center. Very good. Everything has stabilized. At this moment, the parts of you that needed cleansing have been purified. The areas that needed energy have been replenished. You are now in a state of fullness, completeness, and energetic harmony. Thank you so much. Now, gently begin to bring your awareness back into your body. When you feel ready, softly open your eyes. Do you feel lighter, more at ease? All right, everything is settled now. I'll also bring my awareness back to offer a brief closing reflection. I apologize if, during the healing session, you experienced physical reactions like burping. That is actually a clear sign that energy is being released and the cleansing process is truly working. Even I, when performing healing, often burp because that's how suppressed energy finds its way out. So, if it happened to you, just allow it to flow naturally and freely. As for what's about to be revealed, there are messages pointing to the arrival of a life partner or significant changes in your love life. But beyond that, I sense something far greater, a profound uniqueness within you, a captivating and revolutionary essence. In this reading, I feel that what you are meant to realize is not only about love, but about the deeper question, who am I? You are someone with extraordinary abilities, a power that is deeply unique, but perhaps you haven't fully recognized it yet. Maybe you've underestimated yourself or overlooked your true worth. I believe many of you here have lived that way before. That's why you may find yourself easily swayed by what others say. A single negative comment can make you think, maybe that's really how I am, and you begin to shrink inward. But what you need to realize now is that you were born with a truly remarkable inner power. I'm not saying this to place a heavy burden on you, as if you must use this power to serve the world, but rather to remind you that this is a gift you've been given to live a life of freedom, joy, and wholehearted self-expression. And now is the moment when that gift begins to blossom. But before that can happen, the things that have been holding you back must be released. Then, The people you're meant to meet will arrive, and the things that truly belong to you will come into your life. Everything is beginning to align. The Lover's card has appeared. At first, I thought it was simply a sign of romance, and it is connected to love, but the energy here reveals something deeper. Love, in this context, is a milestone, a beautiful stop along your journey. It's something to celebrate, but it's not the final destination. What truly matters is the blooming of your own being. So the truth you need to embrace right now is this: you are a one-of-a-kind being, irreplaceable, a beautifully unique soul. Soon, you will come to realize this deeply within yourself, and from that moment on, your journey will enter an entirely new phase. That brings us to the end of the reading for those who chose Pile 2. If you enjoyed this message, don't forget to click like and subscribe to support my channel. Your encouragement is a powerful source of inspiration that helps me continue creating meaningful readings. If something in today's message touched your heart, feel free to leave a comment or even just a small symbol so I'll know that it truly resonated with you. I cherish every single interaction and look forward to hearing your thoughts. Thank you for staying with me until the end of the video. See you again in the next reading. Hello to everyone who chose Pile 3. Thank you for waiting. Now, I will begin the reading for those of you who selected this pile. I hope this message brings you healing, new insights, and moments filled with love. Today's theme is the truth about to be revealed and what you need to know right now. The first card that appeared is the Queen of Air, the Queen of the element of air. Following that is the King of Water, the King of the element of water. These key archetypes carry a very special and powerful energy. Next, I also want to tune into your current energy. The cards that came up are the King of Swords and the Star. The energy I'm sensing from those of you who chose this pile is truly elevated, deeply strong, and vibrant. From these cards and their core symbolism, we can recognize something quite special. This is a message connected to the duality of your inner masculine and feminine energies. What's fascinating is that the Queen appears in the domain of masculine energy, while the King shows up in the realm of emotions, which is inherently feminine in nature. Usually, the King represents masculine energy and the Queen embodies the feminine. But here, the roles seem to have reversed, and this inversion implies that within you, both polarities are merging in perfect harmony. In other words, this is a moment of inner union, the integration of the masculine and feminine aspects within you. I understand this concept might feel a little abstract at first, but don't worry, I'll explain it more clearly in the next part. Inner union is deeply important because when you truly come into harmony with yourself, that's also the moment you begin to attract into your life someone who serves as an awakener, a soul partner. This could be a new encounter or a reunion, depending on your personal path. Some of you may be familiar with the terms twin flame or soulmate. Though they go by different names, the core energy remains the same. For you, this may be a pivotal time, a turning point in your connection with someone special, someone who will walk alongside you on your life journey, or someone who will help you fulfill your soul's mission. This is a rare and irreplaceable connection. It might sound dramatic the way I'm describing it, but honestly, when inner union takes place, it's always a sign that you're stepping into a new level of your spiritual evolution. So, one of the truths about to be revealed, and perhaps the most profound one for those who chose this pile, is that you are going to recognize who holds that deep soul connection with you. You will come to know who this person is. Could it be someone you're already involved with? Or someone new who's about to enter your life? This realization has the potential to open up an entirely new world. I can clearly sense that this will be a phase in which your heart feels truly full and complete. You will experience a deep inner sense of fulfillment, no longer feeling lost, no longer dependent, but instead standing in a space of solid groundedness. A version of you that is self-possessed, capable of making choices directly from the center of your own heart. This is the energy of making decisions rooted in love, choices born from compassion, not fear. You could call them loving decisions, or simply the act of choosing the path of love over things that no longer resonate with you. I can feel very strongly that your present moment carries an incredibly significant energy. Right now, you may be doing something that is receiving a lot of attention, being highly valued, and you are truly in a period of remarkable success. With the appearance of the King of Pentacles and the Star, I sense with certainty that you are standing in a place where nothing can hold you back, as if you are living in the most powerful version of yourself. You may be feeling incredibly clear about what you want to do right now, fully investing your energy and passion into it, and above all, I sense that you have awakened. There is a profound awakening within you, as if you've just opened your eyes and exclaimed, "Ah, so this is why I was born." The energy you're carrying in this moment radiates a powerful message of spiritual awakening and soul-level self-awareness. The cards are telling me that this is your success time, a moment of triumph, and at the same time, it is your happy time, a period filled with joy. A time rich with both accomplishment and emotional fulfillment. Your heart right now is abundant, overflowing with radiant, vibrant energy. However, there is something I want to share. The feeling of abundance doesn't always come from what you can see with your eyes. For the soul, true richness lies in the ability to experience life, whether that be joy or sorrow, sweetness or bitterness. Even pain and challenges, when viewed from a soul level, are precious experiences that add depth and richness to your journey of existence. And it is this diversity of experience that brings a sense of wholeness to the soul. So, although the cards indicate that this is a time of happiness and success, I also understand that some of you may feel, "No, my life doesn't look that wonderful right now." And that is completely valid. You may be going through something that, on the surface, doesn't resemble success, but your soul is living through a phase that is deeply valuable, profound, and full of meaning. And that in itself is true abundance. I can clearly sense that the current energy is divided into two balanced streams. Some of you are truly feeling happiness and success, while others are going through something very difficult. Wherever you are on that spectrum, please remember, at the soul level, you're living a rare and meaningful experience, and sometimes that alone is the greatest gift of all. I believe you will receive this message in the way that best aligns with your current state. At this moment, some of you may truly be riding the wave, everything flowing smoothly, clearly, and filled with momentum. But others may feel stalled, lost, or even unsure of who they are anymore. And all of that is part of the journey. Because when the process of inner union unfolds, when you're moving toward alignment with your true self, it often brings situations that compel you to look within and ask, "Who am I? What do I truly want?" These moments can be uncomfortable, even disorienting, but they arise to help you return to yourself. So, if you're currently in a difficult phase, I want you to know this. You are on the right path. You are walking toward the light, and everything will become clear in time. All you need is to hold on to your trust and let your heart lead the way. Now, I'm going to go a little deeper. A surprising message has just come through with great clarity. Misunderstandings will be resolved. If you've ever been doubted, wrongly accused, or blamed for something you didn't do, something is about to unfold that will reveal the truth, proving your innocence and bringing everything into the light. On the other hand, if you've been harboring doubts about someone without concrete proof, the answers will soon become clear, freeing your heart from confusion and unspoken concerns. Clarity is approaching, and all misunderstandings and uncertainties are about to be illuminated. And speaking of what is about to be revealed, another message has come through, a new encounter. Someone new is about to enter your life. What's remarkable is that this person carries the energy of a past life. It's very likely that this is a soul you were deeply connected to in a previous incarnation, and now the two of you are being given a chance to reunite in this lifetime. I'm seeing two things very clearly right now. Though they represent two entirely different aspects, both belong to the truths that are about to be revealed. The first is this. You are going to reconnect with someone from a past life. This may be someone entirely new entering your life, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic connection. Whether you're already in a relationship or not, this person could appear as a kindred spirit, a soul friend, or, as I mentioned earlier, a catalytic partner, someone who helps awaken you and brings about a deeper level of self-realization. This might be a brand new encounter, or you might suddenly recognize someone and think, so it's them. And this truth will gradually become clear before your eyes. The second truth is this. The time has come for you to return to yourself. The card related to competition here isn't about external rivalry. It symbolizes an inner dialogue, a profound and necessary confrontation with yourself. You are about to enter a phase in which your connection with your true self will grow stronger than ever before. In other words, you are about to uncover new truths about yourself, such as, who were you in a past life? What is the purpose of your arrival on this earth? What meaning lies behind your ancestral roots and the bloodline you carry? These revelations won't just be knowledge for the mind. They are meant to help you feel stronger, more confident, and to begin remembering the truths your soul has always known. but may have forgotten in this lifetime. And so, the message here is this: you are what's becoming clear. The truth will be revealed not just about others, but about yourself. You will begin to understand more clearly who you are, where you come from, and why you are here. These insights will slowly come to light, and you will begin to see yourself with more clarity than ever before. Then, once you recognize who your true companion is, the person who is meant to walk this next stretch of your journey with you, everything else will fall into place. Perhaps this is the heart of this reading. And the most important truth remains this: you are the one you need to understand and walk with. Because until now, you may have been in the habit of comparing yourself to others, measuring your worth against the outside world. But now, by turning inward, that need to compare will begin to fade. Because you are finally beginning to truly know who you are. That also means your confidence will be restored. You will begin to live with a sense of stability and wholeness that comes from within. Therefore, the core message this reading wants to guide you toward is this: return to your inner world. Look deeply within yourself. For the rest of this reading, I will focus on two main axes. First, your true essence, who you were once you have awakened, and the soul-level information that needs to be revealed to you. Second, the person who will walk alongside you after your awakening, the one who will join you on the path ahead. So first, let's begin with you. The first card that appeared is the Nine of Wands, a powerful energy that signifies resilience and unwavering endurance. You are someone who has gone through countless challenges, yet never given up. That has shaped the profound depth of your soul. Following that is the Page of Cups, a very pure and dreamy energy, carrying the essence of innocence and belief. But what's especially striking is that when this card appeared, I received a clear signal. There is something here connected to cosmic memory. That is, memories not limited to human incarnations, but extending back to a time before you took human form, a time when you were still a free soul within the vast universe. These memories are beginning to reveal themselves. I sense that you are remembering, or are about to remember, a part of your soul's mission, something that was once very clear, very sacred, before you chose to come to Earth. I see the image slowly coming into focus. Something has just surfaced in my awareness, like a deep memory from your soul, and it is this: you once held a role that involved uniting and guiding different species. A figure akin to a leader or a keeper of peace among tribes, among diverse beings. It's possible that in other lifetimes, including lifetimes on Earth, you were a shaman, a bridge between the human world and the supernatural realms. And when cards like the King of Swords and the Queen appear together, that energy becomes even more defined. But this is not limited to Earth. Even before you arrived here, I see a long journey your soul has traveled, one that may include Sirius, the star known as Tianlang. Most of us have traversed many planets and dimensions, and your soul seems to have once lived in Sirius, a place where many different species and life forms coexisted peacefully during its early era. You were the one who once stood as the connector between those life forms, possibly including dragons, the feline beings believed to originate from Sirius, and many other spiritual races. In the beginning, they lived in deep harmony. And you, at that time, played the role of guide, coordinator, and peacemaker. However, within that memory lies a trace of sorrow, for at that point in time, you were still very young in terms of soul age. Not young by human years, but young in terms of reincarnational experience. You were a new soul, yet one that carried a powerful and pure light. And it was precisely because of that light that you were chosen, entrusted with such a significant role. But because of that youthful inexperience, perhaps when you took on that responsibility, you felt unworthy or incapable. There was a sense of disappointment, or perhaps disillusionment, that etched itself deeply into your soul, a memory that now lingers as an energetic block in your present lifetime. Of course, this block is not something dark or wrong. It is simply an unacknowledged memory, a part of you that has not yet been seen or healed. And today's reading is guiding you back to that memory so that you can understand it, forgive it, and reclaim your original light. Because you have always carried within you a very special light, a light with the power to guide, connect, and heal. And now is the time to remember that. You were once entrusted with a great role, but at that time, your soul was still very young, almost like a true child. Though you held light, though you carried immense potential, you didn't yet have the experience to turn your beliefs into reality. And then, great events unfolded, such as the Orion Wars. During that time, Many extraterrestrial races had to leave Sirius and migrate to Earth, not just from Sirius, but from many other places across the universe. In that period, you may have carried a profound sense of helplessness. I couldn't save them. Because of your soul's inexperience, you bore the weight of guilt, a haunting sense that you had failed to protect the happiness of everyone. Even though it was never your fault, your soul still engraved that feeling within, like a silent burden carried across lifetimes. And that is exactly why you chose to reincarnate on Earth, with a powerful desire to begin again, to make amends, to save what was once lost. It was a soul vow, a promise that you would return to heal, to fulfill the mission you were once unable to complete. Perhaps that is why, in this lifetime, you often carry the feeling, I haven't done enough. I haven't achieved anything. And so you fall into states of discouragement, sometimes losing motivation, or at times feeling passionate and driven, yet constantly circling around without reaching the results you long for. Even with all the warmth in your heart, you still ask yourself, why can't I do it? And then you turn that question inward, blaming yourself. All of those feelings, the sense of failure, the belief that you're not good enough, not skilled enough, not capable of succeeding, do not originate from the present. They come from the deep history of your soul. You are not wrong. You are not weak. It's just that the role you once carried was far too great, and you were still so young. And the light you bore at that time, because it was so radiant, was the very reason you were entrusted with the responsibility that not everyone could bear. Now, you no longer need to carry that guilt. This reading has come to help you remember, not to sadden you, but to help you understand. You did your best. And you are still continuing that healing journey in a way that is both courageous and beautiful. Yes, and now is the time for you to begin again. In the past, when your soul was still young, you were not yet able to fully embody your light. But through countless reincarnations, through many experiences, including repeated patterns, losses, and familiar pains, you have slowly matured, slowly evolved. And in this present moment, you, as the version of yourself today, are strong enough to wield your own unique, radiant light. You are on a journey of remembering that light, of bringing it back to life. Because if you have ever tried to accomplish something in the past and found yourself unable to reach the result you hoped for, it may be because of a hidden sense of guilt still lingering within you, that lingering regret acting like a lid, preventing your true light from shining through. There is something you've always longed to protect, always yearned to save, and throughout many lifetimes, you may have repeatedly encountered similar experiences, being unable to protect, unable to bring happiness to others, or failing to elevate something to its highest potential. These recurring wounds have become layers of protection, deep imprints etched into your soul, as if you've unconsciously recorded the belief, I am not capable enough. And every time Earth enters a phase of ascension, you choose to reincarnate in order to support that process. Souls like yours are often known as starseeds, light beings from the stars, carrying the mission of assisting Earth in its energetic transformation. Yet, because you have experienced many perceived failures in the past, the lingering sense of unfinished missions still weighs heavily in your consciousness, creating a lid that suppresses your ability to fully live in alignment with your true potential. And that is why this is the time for you to open that door. I hope today's reading can help you release some of that suppressed energy so that you may begin to remember your light, believe in your abilities, and continue the journey your soul has chosen to walk. So now, let us listen deeply. Why did you come to Earth in this lifetime? And what special abilities do you carry within you? The journey of adventure, that's it. That's exactly what it is. And the answer is, yes. That means everything you've been feeling, thinking, and sensing is absolutely true. This is not mere speculation. It is a process of connection, a direct reception from your soul through this channeled reading. The message is crystal clear. You are enough. It is time to be free. It is time to release the burdens and pressures you have always carried in your heart. You no longer need to exhaust yourself trying so hard. Free yourself. The image of the golden dragon and the silver dragon appears, symbols of unity, of the merging of two powerful energy streams. You are in a very sacred phase right now, the phase of integration. Integration between light and shadow within you, between the masculine and the feminine, between all the parts of your soul that once stood apart. You may have heard about this before, and I've also shared in previous messages about the golden dragon and the silver dragon, symbols of two ancient energy streams now awakening and reconnecting. At this moment, you carry a part of that energy within you. The message is clear. You are here to help activate and spread the dragon network, not the mythical dragons of legend, but the primordial, sacred, and ancient energy that flows beneath the earth and between souls. And if you often encounter people who embody the dragon archetype, perhaps through their names, temples you visit that worship dragons, or others telling you that you have a dragon guardian, know that none of it is coincidence. Dragon is a powerful keyword in your journey. However, there is also something very beautiful being emphasized. In this lifetime, you are not here only to fulfill a mission. You are also here to enjoy your life. Because when you were on other planets, you didn't have a physical body like you do on Earth. You existed in energetic or semi-physical forms without the sensory, emotional experiences of being human. That is why your incarnation as a human being, to be touched, to cry, to laugh, to love, to fail, to stumble and rise again, is a gift your soul has chosen. And you deserve to savor every single moment of it, not just with a sense of duty, but with joy. You came to Earth not to prove anything, but to live, to be present, and to feel it all with an open heart through the essence of your original light. There were times when you existed as pure consciousness, and other times when you embodied a semi-translucent form, a state that could shift fluidly between energy and shape. In fact, during the Lemurian era on Earth, humans once lived in such a state, fluidly moving between energetic and physical expressions. However, with the current vibrational frequency of Earth, the soul must truly embody, meaning it must fully live within a physical body. And having a physical body is a miracle. For souls that originate beyond Earth, possessing a body is astonishing. Oh, I have a physical form, like receiving a rare gift. The taste of food, the sensation of pain, the stirrings of emotion, all of these are priceless experiences to the soul. That is why living in a physical body is an incredibly rich experience, a true abundance, a profound joy for the soul. Because you are not only gifted with 5 senses, but also intuition, a 6th sense, the ability to perceive energy. Human beings are truly extraordinary beings. And you came to Earth to enjoy all of that. Your embodiment is not only for fulfilling a mission, but also to live, to experience. Everything that happens in your life is a soul-level yes. Even when you've wondered, why is this happening to me? Or why do I have to endure this? Your soul has smiled and said, because I wanted to feel that. So, none of your choices are mistakes. Not a single moment in your life is meaningless. Even those experiences you once saw as pain or failure are, to the soul, the most precious experiences. Because you wanted to feel. You wanted to fully live through human emotion, and you have done it beautifully. I can hear the voice of your soul clearly. I came here to enjoy this earth. And at the same time, you are one of the souls who chose to awaken in this lifetime. Which means you chose to inhabit a human body and experience the ascension, a profoundly rare and sacred journey. And this may very well be the final lifetime in which you undergo this process in human form. This ascension of Earth is also the final one. Everything is being entrusted to this moment, not to create pressure, but to say this time, we must complete it together. Because you, and many other souls, have experienced deep regret from lifetimes where the mission was left unfinished. That is why this time is the most significant one, the collective vow of all awakening souls. We will rise together. And here again, the union of the golden dragon and the silver dragon, the symbol of the integration between masculine and feminine energy, is emphasized. A union meant to radiate, to activate the light grid, to ignite the mission. More specifically, you are being encouraged to connect what you are currently doing with the energy of the dragons, whether it be the golden dragon, white dragon, black dragon, azure dragon, or any other dragon lineage accompanying you. Envision that everything you create, a design, a handcrafted item, a video, a line of writing, a healing practice, can be infused with the energy of your dragon guardians. In truth, your soul may very well be that of a dragon being, a dragon lineage entity who chose to incarnate into the human world. But if that feels too far-fetched for you, then simply know this. There is a dragon guardian always by your side, protecting you, accompanying you, and empowering you. So, when you do anything, whether it's massage, healing, painting, writing, or simply caring for others, imagine that dragon energy is being channeled through you to the recipient. Infuse that energy into every gesture, every creation, every breath. And through that, the light grid you came here to help reconnect will slowly begin to spread, not through pressure, but through the love and original light your soul has carried since its very beginning. Let this sacred space of the dragon, this divine energy, radiate to all beings. You may already be doing this unconsciously, so there is no need to force awareness at every moment. But even just quietly acknowledging, there is a being protecting me, walking beside me, whether within you, to your left, to your right, above you, they are always there, and that alone will shift the energy. Becoming aware of that presence is the key. Because when you acknowledge it, you call that energy into your reality, and it is that very act which will awaken your inner power, enabling you to spread the dragon energy into the world. And the activation here is, in essence, awakening. You came into this world to help others unify within themselves, to awaken to their true essence, and at the same time, you were also born to live fully with a spirit of adventure and exploration. You did not come here solely to fulfill a mission, but also to enjoy life, to experience freely, openly, and abundantly. The keyword "the world" has also appeared, indicating that what you are doing, or will do, holds global significance. You may spread your energy across many countries, or you might travel and explore different lands. Whether through work or simply for leisure, your contact with the world is part of your soul's journey. A stream of insight has also just come through. If you feel blocked when it comes to money, if wealth feels difficult to attain, or if receiving abundantly makes you uncomfortable, you are not alone. Many light-bearing souls carry deep limitations around prosperity. If this resonates with you, try shifting your perspective just a little to begin unraveling those outdated beliefs that have been holding you back from receiving the abundance you truly deserve. The abundance you truly long for is not really about money or material possessions. Think of it this way. When you buy a gemstone, for example, what you truly desire isn't just the act of owning it, but the feeling that arises when you hold it in your hands, the sense of wonder, the emotional resonance, the joy and awe as you think, "How incredible it is that this stone has come to me." We are often conditioned to believe that without money, we cannot access those feelings. As a result, we constantly feel the need to strive harder, earn more, accumulate more, as if only by doing so will we finally allow ourselves to feel happiness. But in truth, what we deeply crave is the feeling that comes from receiving something we love, not the thing itself. It is in the moment when you feel that inner resonance, that is when you truly touch abundance. And for some people, even when they have plenty of money, they still feel a sense of lack because they are chasing material things without connecting to the real emotion within. That's when they endlessly want more, always searching because what they're seeking isn't outside of them, but within. The feeling of being alive, of being whole, of being loved and fulfilled in the heart. In other words, what we truly desire is not how much we have, but how we feel when we receive it. And that feeling, you can experience it even without having a lot of money, because it resides in your heart, not in your wallet. Recognizing this is the first step. And if you're currently struggling with feelings of lack, financial pressure, or not enoughness, ask yourself, why did I choose this experience? What is my soul trying to learn through this sense of scarcity? Why am I allowing myself to live in this condition? Begin to untangle these questions, because simply by being willing to listen and ask sincerely, the answers will begin to emerge. And from there, the path to truth and liberation will open. So, what is the true root cause? When you look back, you may realize that many core memories stem from childhood. Experiences that led you to form beliefs such as, "I don't deserve to receive," or "If I get something good, something bad will follow," or "Happiness always comes with pain." Perhaps you were once rejected or denied by someone, leading you to feel that, as you are, you're not worthy of receiving anything good. Or maybe you carry painful memories from a past life. Perhaps you once caused harm to someone or brought about consequences, and so, unconsciously, you've held the belief, "I don't deserve to be happy." All of these limiting beliefs act like self-imposed curses that you unknowingly repeat in your present life. They are not curses placed upon you from the outside, but energetic imprints you've unconsciously placed upon yourself, as a form of self-punishment or a quiet denial of your own worth. But you can begin to unravel them. Gently ask yourself, is there something in my past that made me feel unworthy of receiving good things? You may not recall a specific detail, but if an image, a feeling, or a situation suddenly surfaces in your mind, trust that it is your soul guiding you toward that awareness. And the moment you recognize it, even if you simply whisper, maybe it was that, the wound begins to heal. Because the very act of becoming aware of the pain is the first step toward liberation. When you acknowledge that, in the past, you were hurt, that you once experienced pain and wounding, then something within you, whether it's the abandoned inner child or the soul burdened by guilt, will begin to feel comforted, held, and healed. This is the process of healing the inner child, or healing past life memories. And if you're carrying a pain, a wish that has yet to be fulfilled, or a dream that has not been welcomed, there's a strong chance the root lies in something you've never dared to revisit. Now is the time to return, to touch it, and to love yourself. Whenever you feel a block within you, that is actually a sign that there is a wound there, a pain or a limiting belief that is waiting to be seen and healed. That is the true nature of what we often call blocks. And the moment you recognize this, an inner doorway begins to open, the doorway to your innate soul gifts and potentials. When you deny yourself, when your self-worth is diminished, that energy is instantly reflected into the physical world, especially through money. You'll find yourself thinking, I don't deserve to receive this, I'm not good enough to have that, and then everything slowly slips from your grasp, including money, opportunities, love, and the support of the universe. That's why the process of untangling begins with you, with the courage to look within and recognize what is truly unfolding inside of you. And if you feel, I can't love myself, I can't forgive myself, I don't like who I am, that's okay. You don't have to force yourself to love, to forgive, or to reconcile with yourself right away. Because if you try to push that too hard, you may unknowingly create a new kind of pressure, adding more hurt to your already tender heart. You don't need to love yourself instantly. What you need is simply to acknowledge, there's a part of me that still can't love myself. If you can say, it's okay, this is where I am, and I accept that, then that alone is enough. That is the first step toward healing. You don't have to change your feelings. You don't have to force your heart. All you need to do is be with yourself, as you are in this moment, and speak gently to your own soul. Yes, there are times like this. And that's okay too. It is that gentleness, that allowance, that becomes the key to unlocking everything within you that still feels shut away. Not through pressure, but through wholehearted acceptance. And from there, the gifts, the light, and the natural flow of life will begin to return to you effortlessly. Not forcing yourself to change, that makes the soul feel so much lighter, doesn't it? When you no longer pressure yourself to transform, you'll find your heart softening, becoming more at ease. And that very state is what true self-love looks like. Because loving yourself isn't about trying hard to love who you are, it's about no longer blaming yourself, no longer pushing yourself to become someone else. When I look into past life memories, I can sense that many of you have carried the feeling of not being good enough, of having a low sense of self-worth. In this current lifetime, you may still feel, I'm inexperienced, I'm not capable yet, but that is only a limiting belief, not the truth. You may have once been someone whom many people trusted, depended on, and placed great expectations upon, not because you lacked ability, but because you truly carried strength and light within you. The issue is, perhaps at that time you were too serious, too committed, and you unconsciously placed pressure on yourself. I must be perfect. I'm not allowed to fail. And perhaps you were given very important roles, heavy responsibilities, ones that left you with little space to live freely, to be your true self. Whether in a past life or in this one, it's possible that you have stood in positions where others projected great expectations onto you, and those expectations, at times, may have made you lose the sense of freedom to live in alignment with your own heart. That's why, in this lifetime, you may have chosen to be reborn into similar circumstances, to try again, to rediscover yourself. But if you're not careful, you may unconsciously repeat the same wounds, once again hurting yourself through sacrifice, through pressure, through the belief that you must achieve, must prove your worth. None of this is your fault. It is the journey of your soul, the way in which you, a soul of great strength, are learning to love yourself completely, in both light and shadow, in both perfection and imperfection. And what you need most right now is not to try harder, but simply to whisper to yourself with gentleness, I am already enough. I don't need to strive to become someone else. And all of it, the experiences, the wounds, the repeating patterns, are exactly what your soul chose to go through. They are lessons, adventures, or in another word, karma. But here is something very important to understand, that karma has already been released. Since the year 2024, the collective karmic stream of humanity has entered its completion phase. This means you no longer have to keep struggling to clear karma. You no longer need to exhaust yourself trying to repay the past, because everything has already been forgiven. Karma is no longer a burden you must carry. You don't need to keep accumulating it, nor do you need to untangle it anymore. And the way karma is understood in this new era has also changed. It is no longer about suffering as a means to repay pain we once caused. Instead, it is this: your soul, are experiencing different perspectives of the same lesson. There is no one who is right or wrong, no one who must bear punishment. Everything is simply an experience. That is how the universe sees it. All things are equal, without distinction between good or bad, right or wrong. And because of that, you no longer need to be afraid. No need to tremble before the past or worry about the future. You came to Earth to experience fully, not to be punished. So now, as you free yourself from the weight of the past, a question arises. Who is the soul companion awakening alongside you? Your true life partner? What are they like? This message has emerged in many different readings, indicating that many souls at this time are entering the phase of reunion or meeting with their true soul companion, a deeply resonant connection, a relationship that awakens the highest essence within each person. You may have heard of the concept of the twin flame, the soul's divine counterpart. However, the energy of the twin flame is now evolving. It is no longer rigid, no longer bound to a romantic archetype, but rather becoming a resonance of energy, a meeting of two souls not just to love, but to awaken. And I can feel this very clearly. More and more people are beginning to consciously choose relationships that lead to awakening, rather than ones that merely fill a void. You are also at such a moment where your soul is beginning to reach for a sacred, deep connection that has the power to awaken all the light within you. A person who won't make you forget who you are, but rather help you love yourself more deeply than ever before. You are on a journey to meet this person, your soul companion, and that reunion is truly taking place. A very important keyword here is voice. When you meet them, you may feel an uncanny sense of familiarity in their voice, a feeling of peace, warmth, and deep comfort, as if your heart is being gently cradled. It's not just a pleasant voice, it is a voice that fully resonates with your soul. The voice's frequency, it is the soul's vibration, and because of that, the voice becomes the clearest expression of one's true essence. When you hear that voice, you will feel an instant connection. And this person, the soul partner who is drawing near, is someone with a very unique energy. Someone with a powerful intuition, a soul full of inspiration, and a gaze that sees straight through to the truth. They carry the presence of a divine being, steady, profound, and radiating a protective energy that others naturally feel safe around. They might often be described as otherworldly, in the most beautiful way. They may not live by conventional norms, choosing instead to walk their own path. At times, they may carry the energy of an artistic rebel or an outlaw, someone who forges new trails rather than following old ones. This person could be an artist, a creative visionary, or someone working in pioneering fields such as technology, AI, robotics, space, cosmology, or cognitive science, arenas where imagination, vision, and intuition are essential. This person is not someone who learns through traditional means. They are someone who remembers, drawing knowledge from deep within their consciousness and expressing it with effortless authenticity. They have the ability to shift systems, perspectives, and even the world around them through their visionary ideas and a profound connection to cosmic energy. And when the two of you meet, it may feel as if you've known them for a very long time. Not just a resonance, but a reunion of two souls who have journeyed together across countless lifetimes, countless dimensions, and now, once again, they are finding each other to awaken together. There is a clear sense that your soul companion, though they may seem unusual or as if from another world, is deeply grounded, remarkably stable, and rooted in the material realm. They are not simply a dreamer or someone lost in abstract thought. They possess the power to bring ideas into form. They can forge paths, shape the future, and carry a commanding strength of purpose and determination. And now, the important truth that's about to be revealed is this. When you meet this person, or when you and the one already beside you reach a deep union, you will become unwavering. In other words, when your soul enters a state of true alignment with theirs, you will no longer be easily shaken by the outside world because you've found resonance, a source of energy that affirms you are on the right path. That is the power of a deep soul connection. When you stand beside someone who vibrates at your same frequency, you become stronger, more decisive, and more willing to choose what your heart truly desires. I also sense a beautiful image, as if you are standing before a new version of yourself, witnessing your own rebirth. This is a moment of profound transformation, as if you are watching yourself undergo a sacred metamorphosis. And that soul companion, or the connection with them, is the catalyst for this journey. So now, let us look into the timing of this meeting or union. The cards reveal that both of you share a strong spirit of adventure, lovers of exploration, willing to face challenges, unafraid to carve new paths. This is a connection between two pioneering souls who together build, discover, and create not only love, but an entirely new direction in life. The following cards, the Star, the Heart, Crossroads, the Fox, and the Bear, speak volumes. Particularly, the images of the bear and the fox symbolize masculine energies that may try to exert control over you during your awakening process. This suggests that as you step deeper into your awakening, you may encounter opposing forces, individuals, situations, or energetic currents that seek to dominate, restrict, or make you doubt yourself. These may be men with controlling tendencies or situations that force you to fight for your light. But you are not alone, because you are on the path toward union with a soul who not only refuses to hold you back, but lifts you higher, someone who will be your companion, your grounding presence, and someone who believes in the truest light within you. Yes, and that is why now is the time to cleanse everything that is still holding you down. As you walk the path of transformation and awakening, it is very likely that certain people will reappear, perhaps authority figures, older individuals, or those tied to old wounds. They may come into your life as if to stir up memories, past pain, and fears you've long kept hidden. The message here is not for you to fear or avoid them, but to understand. These challenges are actually milestones you yourself have placed along the way. They are here to activate your awakening from within. For example, if someone says something deeply hurtful to you and you feel intense pain or anger, it's precisely through that emotional charge that you become activated. It pushes you to rise up and say, I will prove the opposite. I will no longer let myself be silenced. And from that moment, your true power begins to awaken. In this way, you may have consciously chosen to place challenging situations in your life, not to suffer, but to awaken. Still, it's also possible that you are currently living in an environment or surrounded by people who are unconsciously slowing down your awakening process. Situations that distract you, cause you to doubt yourself, or make you feel as though your light isn't allowed to shine. That is a clear sign. You are standing at the threshold of transformation, and the world around you is reflecting the parts of yourself that have yet to be liberated. However, what's especially significant here is the appearance of the mouse card in the Lenormand deck. Though typically associated with negativity, loss, depletion, in this reading, its message shifts. The mouse is not here to take from you, but to help you see what needs healing. And the most important message emphasized here is this: don't try to do everything alone. You don't have to carry it all on your own. You don't have to fight the world by yourself. Allow yourself to receive support from those who love you, from soul companions, or even from situations that may initially seem negative. Because sometimes, those challenges don't come to break you, they come to awaken the strength within you, the part of you that is finally ready to remember. Yes, exactly. When you push yourself to do everything alone, thinking you must rely solely on your own efforts and don't need help, that very energy will attract more pressure, more intense challenges. That's because you are emitting the frequency of stress and isolation, and the universe, like a mirror, will reflect that energy back to you. Instead, practice asking for help. Open your heart to receive support. Consider collaborating with someone, expanding your circle, connecting with those you can trust, whether that's a life partner, a soul companion, or simply a friend who truly understands you. When you begin to treat yourself with gentleness and kindness, the outer world will reflect that same softness and kindness back to you. Right now, you may still be carrying an old mindset. I have to try harder. I must endure. I need to give it my all to earn what I want. But this belief system, rooted in the Earth era, a time focused on materialism, form, and solitary effort, is becoming increasingly misaligned with the new wave of energy. If you continue to hold on to this way of thinking, you'll continue attracting people who carry the same frequency, perhaps elders, authority figures, or those who have achieved success the old way, through sacrifice, hardship, and emotional suppression. And what's worth noticing is this: if they've succeeded by forcing themselves into roles, by living according to rigid molds, by tightening their ties just to maintain an image, then they are also suffering within those constraints. They're not wrong, but they are not the only example. You may have once been that person, or you may currently be surrounded by people who live that way. What matters now is this: you no longer need to repeat that pattern. And then, near the end of this journey, just as you are awakening and stepping into a more radiant version of yourself, you may encounter a situation that carries the grounding energy of the old earth, pulling you back. A moment that shakes your resolve, making you wonder, maybe I should go back to the old way. Maybe I should just endure a little longer. But remember, this is only the final test, an invitation for you to choose the true path of your soul. Because the star card, the symbol of wishes coming true, and the card representing ease and harmony in love, are both present with you. This reveals that if you trust your light, if you release the pressure you've placed on yourself, if you choose the softer path, what you've been longing for will arrive. Not through struggle, but through alignment. Not through force, but through awakening. I sense that this may very well be a test the universe is sending your way. In the near future, or perhaps even right now for some of you, there may arise situations or individuals who try to pull you back onto an old path, energies that seek to hold you in place, to make you doubt yourself, or to convince you that you can't move forward. But at that very moment, someone will appear, someone who is ready to reach out and say, "Let's do this together." And from there, everything begins to unfold. A new current starts to flow. A lighter path, filled with companionship and understanding, will emerge. Within the next 12 months, or for some, even now, there may be situations of confrontation. It could come as conflict, pressure, or the feeling of being held down by someone. But when that happens, please remember, this is the challenge your soul has designed to awaken you. And you always have the power to choose the gentler, more loving, and more compassionate path toward yourself. If you choose to treat yourself with kindness, if you choose the gentle path and release the pressure you've been placing on yourself, then within the next 3 to 4 months, or for some of you, even just 3 to 4 weeks, a deep awakening will take place. A part of your radiant light from the past, a soul memory, a mission once entrusted to you, will reawaken within you. That is the moment when the starseed within you, the seed of light, will be activated. You will remember why you came here, and the light inside of you will rise in full brilliance, powerfully and naturally. And then, you will begin to live, to work, to connect with the people your heart truly longs to be with. Not only romantic love, but expansive love, soul companionship, deep understanding, a nurturing environment that fills your spirit with warmth and abundance. All of this is what's about to be revealed. So at this moment, the most important thing is focus on cleansing, on reflection, and on adjusting the way you think, the beliefs you hold, and how you treat yourself. When you shift the way you see yourself, everything that has been trying to pull you down will gradually dissolve. And you will realize your true light never left you. It's simply been waiting for you to be ready to let it shine. Everything that no longer aligns with you will gradually fade away. And then, the crossroads card appears, a symbol of a turning point, a crucial moment where you must make a choice. At the same time, the image of the fox emerges, a sign that another test is coming your way. Even after you have awakened, connected with your soul companion, and seen your inner light, a final challenge may arise. Will you truly choose light and love? Are you ready to place your trust in the new world you are stepping into? The universe will ask you this. And you must have the courage to answer with action by choosing the right environment, the right people, the right values, those that make your heart feel alive and radiant. There may be moments of distraction, of confusion. Someone might say something that makes you question yourself. A word, an action, an unexpected situation might try to pull you back to the old path or steer you away from the direction you've chosen. But in that moment, the most important thing is this: stay focused on what truly matters to you. Do not scatter your energy. Do not spread your focus thin. Choose one thing that your heart has always cherished, always gravitated toward, and hold it with unwavering love and devotion. Because at the end of this journey, the image of the man appears, a symbol of balanced masculine energy. And what I feel very clearly here is this: you are learning to claim yourself. Not through force or resistance, but by saying, "This is my path. This is what I choose." When you dare to choose with clarity, without hesitation, without fear of losing something else, transformation begins. Change unfolds. And you will step fully into the path that is truly yours, a path of light, of love, of alignment, and maturity. So remember, when the challenge comes, you don't have to fight it. Simply remember who you are and choose the light again, with greater strength, greater resolve. And you will rise through it. You have the power to create the flow of your life exactly as you choose. Once you are truly determined to walk your own path, the energy around you will begin to shift in support of that decision. However, there may still be moments when you feel uncertain inside. What do I really want? Is this truly the right path? And because of that, life may present repeated tests as a way for you to re-examine and reaffirm your choices. But the moment you make a firm decision, the moment you dare to say, "This is my path," you will step into a realm where nothing else can keep up with you, a space where you break through, where you rise beyond all previous limitations. And notably, there is a symbol of foreign lands, perhaps indicating a journey, a life in a distant place, or an entirely new lifestyle that is no longer bound by what you once knew. For instance, you might meet someone and feel with certainty, "This is the one." Then you choose to walk a shared path with them or begin something new, a project, a direction, a relationship, a career. And soon after, another challenge will appear, asking you, "Are you sure?" But this time you won't waver. You will feel, "No matter what happens, I will move forward. I will see this through to the end." Because your true essence is the Ace of Wands, the symbol of a soul bursting with vitality, rich in passion, and always ready to take action. Once you begin, you don't stop. You are someone driven by a powerful inner force, carrying a flame that never burns out. And that is exactly why your soul has chosen a path filled with challenges, because only in the presence of trials does your true energy awaken and fully ignite. Now, the second, perhaps even the third, challenge is approaching, but this time, you are no longer the same. You are no longer someone swept away by circumstances. You are the one setting the course, the one leading your own way. This is the moment that redefines everything. The door is wide open. If you choose to step forward, with all your love, light, and unwavering determination, then the miraculous will surely unfold. Because it's no longer just a possibility. It is a part of you that has always been ready to rise. The third time will be the final decision. And with this challenge, you will break through, soaring into a frequency so elevated that no shadow can reach you. You will ascend to a higher level of vibration in a way that is complete, radiant, and unmistakably powerful. And yes, I feel it very strongly. Many of you are about to step out into the world. Not just in the literal sense of going abroad, but in expanding your energy on a global scale. People like you, who carry the energy of the dragon, are meant to rise beyond borders. This is not merely a personal choice, but a soul mission. Let the energy of the dragon ripple across the world. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to speak any language fluently. As long as you carry the frequency of light, that energy itself will guide the way. The challenges you're facing, the barriers born of the age of Earth, are entirely understandable. They may appear as inner voices saying, "It's safer to stay with the company," or "I'm not sure I can do this on my own," or "Can someone like me really succeed?" They may also come from others, "You won't be able to do it," or "If you leave, I'm losing my best person." But in those very moments, the most important thing is this: you must choose yourself. Choose to listen to the call of your passion, the voice of your heart, the pulse of dragon energy surging within you. Rise beyond it like a spring, compressed only to be released with great force. These obstacles are not here to hold you back, they are here to give you momentum. When you dare to move forward with a heart set ablaze, you'll realize you can go farther than anything you ever imagined. And if you choose to anchor your faith in yourself, if you truly place unwavering trust in your own being, then you won't need to progress step by step. You can leap forward, skipping entire levels. As if the door has already been waiting, ready to swing open the moment you knock with clarity and conviction. The only question that remains is, how deeply do you believe in yourself? And as I've shared before, if you're still carrying the feeling that you're not good enough, not worthy, then it's time to release those old definitions. Because your soul didn't come to Earth to live a small life. You came here to shine brightly, to blaze a trail, to inspire the world. And you are fully capable of doing that in a way that is whole, free, and radiant. If you feel that you lack confidence, that's perfectly okay. All you need to do is recognize it. Yes, I don't feel confident right now. And that alone is enough. You don't have to force yourself to be confident. You can say, no, I can't feel confident at all. That's fine. It doesn't matter. You can still begin. You can still live, still be happy, still succeed, even if you feel you're not skilled enough, not good enough, not strong enough. Because it is precisely that version of you, the tender, awkward, imperfect you, that makes you truly one of a kind. You don't need to become someone else. You don't need to be a confident, perfect, radiant version of yourself in order to create something meaningful. You only need to be you, the version that may still lack confidence, but keeps moving forward, that still wants to live fully, even with trembling heart. Tell yourself, I'm lovable just the way I am. Step into the world exactly as that, and succeed. Be happy. Spread love, with your authentic self. Because what you are capable of doing, only you can do. The experiences you're meant to live, only your soul has the depth to understand and transform. And now the time has come to step out of the shell you once wrapped around yourself. Perhaps you've hidden away for a long time, out of fear of being hurt, fear of rejection, fear of others seeing your true power. But now, you've reached a point where you no longer need to hide. You are ready. You are no longer the same. You've learned to distinguish between fear and truth. And now, it's time for your light to shine. Congratulations. And good morning. The moment of your awakening has arrived. Step forward. Show the world who you truly are. Because the earth is changing, and this world needs you. We genuinely need your energy. The world needs people like you, those who carry love, who carry light, who hold honest and profound hearts, to help heal, to help transform together. Please awaken. Have the courage to step into the light. Let the love and light within you ripple out into every corner. Truly, we are waiting for you. You don't need to change a single thing, exactly as you are. In this very moment, you are already love and light. Even if you feel you can't do anything, that you're not special, that you hold no value, your very presence here already makes a profound difference. I say this from the deepest part of my heart, not as mere words, but as a truth I deeply feel. So, thank you, deeply, sincerely, to each of you. Let us, together, one person at a time, one heart at a time, transform this earth into a planet of light. I'm also trying my best every single day, so please, walk this path with me. Let's walk together, shine together, and heal together. This is where I'll wrap up the reading for those of you who chose Pile 3. If what I shared has given you something helpful to reflect on, or even if you simply found it interesting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit like to support me. Thank you so much for staying with me all the way until the end of this video. Wishing you a peaceful and lucky day ahead. I'll see you again in the next reading.